Rich is already in the comments. First in comment. First in comment. He wins. Game over. So I think, is this how I set up? Do I usually have my little tab up there, or do I go big screen? Yeah, who gives a shit, right? We're the only people here. I think that's it. So, let me see if there's anybody.
Stream is working, just so you know.
What's working?
Can you guys hear me? Because I
The
don't
stream?
hear nothing.
Yes.
Sweet. What's
Yeah,
that? What's
the
that, crispy
stream is-
bacon? Yeah, I can hear you, Brian.
Okay, cool. All right.
You're good.
Stream is up on YouTube, is what I was trying to tell you.
Yeah, I heard you. I caught that after I asked you what. I'm like my kids that I teach. Like they clearly hear me and they say what after every question anyway. I'm 48 and doing that.
Baxter, put down the phone or bring it up here and put it in the desk.
That's it.
I'm just
we're
glad
gonna-
you hear me because that mute button's going to be active tonight.
What? Why? What are you planning?
No, I'm just saying. It's like
Doctor Doom entered all of a sudden. Lex Luthor planning the destruction of an already destroyed town known as my YouTube channel.
I played you in Madden too much where you just freaking mute me.
Oh, because you scream and you throw tantrums and you scream at the top of your lungs. It hurts my eardrums. My one ear still doesn't hear all that good. So I think we're good. Everybody's in. I got this.
Was that from when it got boxed by Greek security
Yes.
at the airport?
That was that didn't help. Jenny
Welcome
says it's
to the
about
Harambe
time.
verse.
I'm sorry. Jenny Santola. Somebody's on somebody else's account. It looks like Mr. Santola. It is about time. I'm late. We all had technical difficulties. Somebody had to update. I went on, and as soon as I turned my video on, it started scrolling. Oh, I got an unknown that just joined. That person's gonna win, right? Like it's like they're a ringer. Yeah. Look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're changing her face. Okay.
Either that or they are the brown paper bag Spider-Man.
You know what they might be? They might be in YouTube right now thinking you can play live. You can't play live from YouTube. You gotta join the Zoom, but you can play. You put your comments in the YouTube comments or whatever. And I think we're set. Oh, I made them. So I didn't do the bracket for tonight yet. I was gonna set it for 10. I completely forgot to do that. But it looks like it's going to be Batman versus Wolverine. Yeah, just like it was in 2015. I misspoke the other day, though. It wasn't those four in 2015. It was Batman, Superman, Wolverine, but it was not Black Spider-Man. I got the reminder today. It was Captain America. He beat Spider-Man and then beat Iron Man, and it was Captain. So it was a little different than a few years ago. But who you guys think's going to win between Batman and Wolverine?
Batman.
How much crit time does Batman have?
Oh, you put that in the comments. It's all that matters. Yeah, he needs a good 2 to 3 hours of getting his shit together to do it. Freddie
I
Brock,
think Wolverine
I love
will
it.
give him. Wolverine will give him a run for his money, but the Bat's going to take it.
The Batman's going to win. He won years ago. He won by, oh shoot, I saw my own stupid post from 9 years ago, or what are we,
The
2023?
two
8
most
years ago.
overrated characters from both franchises.
Rich.
Mm-hmm.
Like this tournament didn't upset me enough. Yeah, let me just point that out too. This is the worst tournament ever. I've probably done, I don't know, we redid some, at least 12 tournaments, because we did arcades and stuff too like that. This one has to be the most lackluster. Like, I have all these comic book covers playing and everything, and I'm sitting there watching TV.
Batman is the most plot
For
armored
what?
protected DC character ever. And Edgy Boy speaks for himself with how ridiculously overrepresented he is in all of Marvel media. I'm surprised they didn't get him in the MCU as fast as they could. You know,
Yeah,
through
the
some
problem
other
is-
movie.
This is the biggest downer. You guys this is exactly the type of talk I expect after this tournament. This is I brought 2 beers tonight, one for each person that is involved in voting in the tournament this time around.
The problem is, no matter what, it's like Batman's supposed to win everything.
And he's going to
And
win. Batman's going to win.
Yeah, he goes up against Superman, he wins.
Because of what?
And he goes up against Superman.
Prep time.
He's always going to outthink him and win. And same thing, like even if you have Wolverine's no matter what, he always wins.
Not tomorrow.
But it's like they're
Just blew
comic
Brian's
book.
mind. Brian's like, no matter what, he always wins. He's literally going to lose tomorrow. I'm calling it now. I think it was close though. I think it was like 70 votes. But you gotta remember, 500 people were voting into that. I think it was 400 or 500 people were voting in that.
Yeah, but I also remember like 40 years ago, I was upset that ha- they had the black suit Spider-Man. I'm like red and blue, red and blue,
Well, they had that
and
too. They had red and
and
blue. You voted against it, didn't you?
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah. So
and
I guess
now
you got over it.
now I'm all about the black suit.
Yeah. I was about it back then. I didn't quite understand. I remember Secret Wars, but I just thought it was so awesome. I'm looking at them right now. The Secret Wars guys and the DC Powers guy. They look disappointed at me. Like the figures literally look disappointed at me. They're like, why didn't you can't
That
do better?
Secret Wars Spider-Man redesign was one of the nicest costume updates I think in modern comic book history.
Black Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was so cool. Yeah.
Now,
And
like if you want to talk about like costume updates, my favorite costume update was when Bucky Barnes took over Captain America.
Oh yeah, that was good too.
I don't know, Rich, you seem to be up on your stuff. This is going to be a good. This is going to be a good match tonight. Jeff, how are you at 80s comic books?
I'm just here to learn.
Hey, it's always
I'm not gonna
fun.
do
Like
very well.
no matter what. I know Fred's got 2 comic book Facebook pages at least. He's probably been gifted 3 or 4 since we last spoke. Let's see. How about Chris? Yeah, Edward, my love. Who are you? The Blunder Twins? Did I hear that when I was leaving the room? Christy, you're the.
Yeah, it's me and my brother tonight.
How are you guys at 80s comic books?
He's like
I don't know. We'll see.
he's okay.
He's good. Okay. Yeah, and I
I'm
know how
sorry,
Sexton is.
comic books.
And
They're
Stogie
really
guy,
didn't hear you.
you're pretty damn good too, from my understanding.
Well, it won't be a humiliating defeat. I'll say that.
Yeah, because some of the special categories that we do, like Twilight Zone, like they're really special. It's pretty open. Where I think there's a few questions I think might be tough. I don't know. We'll see. You guys might just laugh at me and be like, these are too easy, but we'll see. Are you guys ready to rumble?
Yes.
That's the amount of energy the tournament has right now. Are you ready? Are you guys ready to rock and roll?
You know what it might be, Baxter? It might be superhero fatigue at all corners of the earth, just hitting you in your tournament.
I guess so. Brian had a good point. We just did an 8-hour trip to Fun Spot, 16 hours if you count both ways. And he said, because I said, this is the biggest thing right now. Marvel and DC are bigger than G.I. Joe. They're bigger than Transformers. It's the biggest thing going right now. But he told me these figures, not so much. I guess I love them, but they're no way. They don't hit us the same way that GI Joe do. I'm right. They just don't hit us the same way as Transformers or GoBots or He-Man. They don't hit the same. I'm guessing.
No, nowhere near. If I would have gotten a DC superhero instead of a Transformer when I was a kid, that would have gotten tossed in the side of the toy box and like never played with ever.
Yeah,
That's
the-
gonna.
the whole-
I'm gonna put that as the slogan if I do this tournament again 10 years from now. It's gonna be signed Rich. If I had to own one of these toys, I would literally hang myself and the person that bought it for me.
Yeah, the whole thing about it is like if you go to a birthday party or whatever and you wanted a Transformer or you wanted G.I. Joe and then you got a Secret Wars character or
I love these.
superpowers,
I think these guys
it
are
was
so
like,
awesome.
okay,
I
they
like
got that at the checkout in Acme.
I disagree with you guys, but that's the general consensus. I know it is. It's got to be. But I'll tell you, when I
for
did the
me-
tour, what's that, Stogie guy?
I got to say, for me, the superheroes, they were not interchangeable the way like Star Wars and GI Joe was. You can play in the same battles with GI Joe, Star Wars, Transformers. The superheroes, Batman was too big, Superman was too
They
big.
were all too overpowered to play with the other
Yeah,
ones, right?
it was they were disproportionate to as compared to the other guys. The same thing with like the He-Man figures. I didn't play with He-Man and GI Joes
You
together.
can't.
I played
He-Man
with
didn't
Star
match
Wars.
up with
No,
G.I. Joe at all.
exactly.
Yeah,
And
well, it's
so
like
they had that same effect.
I'll tell you what I did do though. I had a wrestling league, and the main wrestlers in my league were not Star Wars guys. They weren't good wrestlers. And no offense to Han, I mean the actual figures. But these Secret Wars and my Dungeons and Dragons and my superpowers, they were the main wrestlers in my league. They're perfect for wrestling.
Yeah,
And,
but you're
not my
like,
big rubber wrestlers. I didn't use them because they were horrible. But these guys are. I spent most of my time. I did a lot of setups with the Death Star, and of course we all did that with Star Wars over our friend's house, and we set up everything. I'll be Han, and you got this guy. But with the wrestling, I did that a lot on my own. I spent a lot of time me in that ring, keeping records. I still got all the notebooks, all the records that they had, who fought who, and it was these guys. So these guys are near and dear to my heart. So every time I look at a voting thing and I see 88 to 44, I'm just like, oh. But I'll tell you this: 2015, this one was less votes than any other tournament. I'll tell you what surprised me in my memories. It's showing up is the arcade tournament. That got a billion people involved, and I guess everybody played arcades. You know, not everybody's GI Joe, but girls and boys So I might do the arcade tournament, but not until I'm done Transformers. I promise. Transformers is
your
next.
wrestling league. The one thing you had in your wrestling league, you actually got Dr. Octopus in a kill.
Yeah, I ripped his arms off. I made him Roddy Piper. I recently, you know this because you got me the Doc Ock. Remember, you got me one with the arms. I have 2 Doc Ocks I'm looking at. One, I'll be right back. Here he is. All right, that was Doc Ock, Roddy Piper. He had his own talk show. Piper's Pit. He was nuts. This was my wrestler. And that little kilt is made by the little samples my grandma used to get when she would knit and crochet and everything. She got all these tiny little samples, and they made for good kilts. So he had a variety of kilts, and it's held on by a rubber band that's so dry I can't believe it's still going. But yeah, so Taylor's right. That's what I did with these guys. So everybody who voted against Doc Ock, maybe that would have changed your mind, possibly. But all right.
He was a cool character. He was one. He wasn't. I mean, he was a cool figure. He was a better figure than a favorite character, and all too often the favorite character is going to win over the cooler
they
figure.
They always do.
Yeah.
I know. You got some like I think Darkseid is one of the coolest ones in this too, and I think
he was epic.
His figure actually, the you could put the light through and his eyes came out. It was and he was bigger than everybody else too. But figures don't matter in these tournaments. Sometimes they do. Like sometimes I vote for figure, but a lot of times this is how I vote. I picture myself holding the figure as an 8-year-old, 9-year-old kid. And the one that gives me that crazy or nostalgic sensation, like, oh my god, I remember that, that's what I vote for. That's how I do my votes.
Exactly.
That's every time. It's the X Factor, I think we call it.
Yeah. I voted for coolness of the figure, not the character.
You go for the coolness of it. That's what the tournament's supposed to be. Jeff's the only one that does it the way it's supposed to, out of 500. But it's right. No, but some people do that, and people say, are we supposed to be voting for... I say vote for whatever you... Because I just want people to have fun, and... Yeah, it's cool.
I do all three. I have my likeness for the character, and then how cool the figure is, and then the X Factor, like we always talk about.
You gotta weigh those 3, and I do. I try to weigh those 3, but I think the third one comes into play so much for me. It's like it hits this part of young me, and I picture it in the box. I remember the exact day I got it from the Toys R Us or Clover. All these feelings come back, and I'm like, I must vote, and I do that. It's wrong because I run the tournament.
The Deptford Toys R Us, right?
Of course. Oh, actually, Jeff, Deptford and Cherry Hill. I hit. Okay. I was right in the middle of the both, so we would hit the both of them. But yeah,
depends on traffic.
Jeff knows the Toys R Us in the area.
The Toys R Us at Deptford it was also next door to the Best.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
That and that
I
was
hit both of them.
Best was great because you got the Christmas catalog and you'd circled everything, and then you would go there. All your Christmas toys would be. They could pick them up there.
There was a day's man in between them, but I had to go past the.
Dude, I remember that Best.
And then Kids R Us, and keep in mind, I was the size of like an 8-year-old till I was 15. So I would go to Toys R Us and I'd shop right next door at Kids R Us for the coolest new fashions for an underdeveloped youth. But what were you saying, Brian? Now that it's 9:15, we didn't do one question yet. We better get moving. What did you say, Brian?
The Best. That's where I spent my community money on when I had my first Holy Community.
Yeah.
And I got the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, nice. What'd you spend your confirmation money on? Ooh, tough subject. He got kicked out, by the way.
Yeah, what's confirmation?
You never made confirmation,
Oh,
right?
wait a minute. That's when I changed religions.
To what, Marvel? What'd you change it
No,
to?
Thundercats.
Tatooine, Thundercats, good religion. But yeah, but Brian was an altar boy too. Him and his brother were like hardcore. They were always, and then all of a sudden Brian wasn't at CCD anymore. I'm like, what the hell happened? But that's a story for another day. But sorry, Mike. But now he goes to church every Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Even,
You're fine.
and-
You'll make it.
yeah, even in my lodge, I have the title of chaplain.
You're the chaplain.
Yep.
So you can marry people then, right?
No, I'm just chaplain of the lodge.
Oh, I thought you.
That's-
Oh, okay. All right. Well, tonight you're crispy bacon again. You didn't change your name.
No, I changed it because I logged in my wife's computer.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Hi,
What
Jan.
did you change?
Oh shit, he's in trouble now.
No, I'm not in trouble. I'm just gonna.
What did you change?
He's in trouble.
Honey, your Zoom. I changed your name from your name to Crispy Bacon.
Everything else is fine?
Yeah.
Alright, don't pretend you're not with that.
All right. Nobody's gonna steal our password or nothing, right?
No,
Yeah, we're all
no,
good,
no.
honey.
This is completely legitimate. Just random strangers all across the universe coming to our Zoom. No, we know these guys. They're all on the up and up.
Michael Rock, cute.
Except for that Stogie guy. We don't know about him. No, actually, Rich is the one I'm eyeing up because I'm pretty sure he AI'd my computer before we started. Get all the answers. Are you guys ready to rock
Yeah.
and roll? All right.
Isn't it funny? Like the name Crispy Bacon got me in trouble, but yet my name on there is Double D.
Your name's Double D on. Yeah. She didn't see that one though. I'll point that out later. All right. So what are we doing? What do I do? All right. So I gotta move this. Am I in the way? Okay. Sorry, YouTube people. All five of you. Weedo, are you ready? Weedo's ready. He was shooting pool. He's back in time though. Weedo, the greatest YouTube competitor of all time. He gets them all right. First question is, what's the name of Thor's hammer? Easy, right? I hope you're still logged into Kahoot. Jesus, that was like 20 minutes ago. All right.
Honey, what's the name of
This would be a
Thor's
lot
hammer?
harder if you had to pronounce it.
I have no idea. I hear them say it in the movies, and I'm like, ugh, I like.
I love some of these answers, by the way.
Thank you.
Despite, how
You know what, Rich? I actually stole some of these. I stole. I straight up went to,
Yeah.
hey, comic book trivia questions, and I stole these. This one I stole the answers. I didn't create these answers. So whoever
All
did,
right, real
did,
quick.
well done.
How do you pronounce that? Because my wife and I, we argue over this.
Fred.
Is it
Mjolnir?
Majoran or Mjolnir?
Mjolnir.
All right, well,
Rich,
All right.
everybody agree on this?
yeah, it's
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Yeah.
all right, yeah. My wife just responded, Mjolnir, dickhead. I'm like, okay, so you guys are right.
Worked out.
There's a significant amount of Norse mythology in my book,
That damn headset I've been talking about.
so I had encountered all of these names and
Yeah.
words while writing the book, and some of them are really, really
We're gonna
hard to
find out,
pronounce.
Guido.
Yeah, some of it's ridiculous how it's pronounced. You look at the words and then find out how it's pronounced.
It's just letters that
unbelievable.
don't go together at all. Why are we so big over here? Hold on a second. There
That's
we
because
go.
Double D's in the house.
Double D's in the house.
Doesn't that hurt your back?
Can't be good for it. The henchman. Who's the henchman?
It's me. This is my only time I'm ever going to be the top of the leaderboard.
This is it. Jeff's in the lead.
Hey.
For now.
If he was in Violent, he could run over really fast and just pull the plug and it'd be official. All right, so number 2. Sinestro. What color is Sinestro known for? There he is. How's my volume? Is my volume okay?
Yeah, your volume's
I'm not
pretty
too
good.
loud or
Yeah.
anything? Okay. I just
There
realized the mic's
Sinestro
like...
is. I thought I was known for the comb over.
You think you're what?
I thought I was known for the comb over.
Oh, that guy is... Yeah, that guy was bad. Let's see where that puts
He
us.
really was that villain that just looked like the
Sinestro
creepy
has a-
neighbor.
Blue Lantern and a Red Lantern. That's a pretty interesting set of choices.
Yes. Yeah, I used to love Super Friends though. Like that's and Green Lantern comic books. I didn't have I have a pretty big comic book collection, but not like Fred's. Fred needs an an air hanger to account for all of his comic books. But I had a lot of Green Lanterns, a lot of Iron Man, a lot of Batman, of course. That was probably my favorite. A lot of Flash, but not like a billion of each. Like just a good amount of each.
For the longest time, all I had from DC was Batman and Superman, and I really didn't get into the other rest of the Justice League for a while.
Oh, G.I. Joe, of course. I didn't put one G.I. Joe question tonight, but G.I. Joe was probably my favorite comic book.
I had a lot of Green Arrow comic books.
I have one or two. That's all I have.
Because, like, to me, he was always like the poor bastard of the billionaires. He had the money of, like, Batman and all that, but...
Oh, he was rich?
Yeah, and he just wasted it on girls, partying.
Tony
Stark. Arrows.
And, yeah, every once in a while...
More arrows.
Yeah.
He just needs a constant supply of arrows. I keep getting updates from friggin' Facebook of instant messaging on the buy. It's driving me nuts. I gotta fix that before the next game. Alright, Nightcrawler is the son of which Marvel character? Nightcrawler is the son of which Marvel character? This is killing me. Somebody sent me a friend request on Facebook.
There was two possible answers there: the male and the female parent. I'm surprised you didn't throw any males in there.
I put all women just in case. I was a little worried. And who is the father?
The father is damn it, what is his name?
You want me to answer?
Sure, I almost put it.
The devil, Azrael, or
Azrael, right? Yeah, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I kept it with the women.
Cecil.
And plus, you kind of look at Nightcrawler, and I think Mystique. Like, oh, this is killing me. I keep getting updates on the bomb. How do I shut this fucking shit off? Hold on. Oh, turn off notifications. Turn off. All of a sudden, I have friends. Just about everybody I message is in this room right now. But all of a sudden, people that are like, I don't hear.
That's always how it works.
It's like boom, boom, boom. They're all talking to each other right now.
I have a loud ass Godzilla Skrionk as my phone notification.
Oh, and it pops
if I need quiet, that's what everyone starts messaging me.
That's right when you need it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, my phone makes no noises. I don't have any ringtone, nothing. I don't understand this computer all that well. It screws me every once in a while like this. Well, let's see where we're at. Let's see if Jeff's still in the lead. Jeff is still in the lead. Dr. S-Word is in second. Double D, Lou Storigno, and Freddie Brock round out the top five. But everybody's gotten everything right so far. It's a matter of speed. Wolverine, what was his name at birth? There he is. He's adorable.
I thought his name was Harry some bitch.
You're lucky I'm demonetized. Anything goes. I was figuring a lot of people put Logan because obviously that's what he went by. Hudson, I don't know where I got Hudson from. It just sounded good. Logan Hudson. Saul Creed. Saul Creed is somebody. I forget where I stole that from. That's somebody.
Victor Creed is the name of his.
Yeah, Sabretooth.
Yep.
Saul Hudson.
So maybe I had Slash and so Victor Creed was who?
Victor Creed, Sabretooth.
Sabretooth.
Oh, that's what I did. I must have combined the two and okay, I got you. There was a method to my madness. All right, we still got the henchman number one. Double D is on fire. The double Ds are on fire right now. Very good. And Dr. S-Word in third. The evil Freddie Brock, Venom, and the Incredible Hulk, Lou Storigno fill out the top five. Mobile choice, picture pop-up time. Every multiple of five, we do a pop-up picture. Click it as soon as you know it. We start off easy, and we get gradually harder. So don't think I'm lame for these first five questions.
Quiet, buddy.
Sorry, Rich. Who'd I get? 2 people. I got 2 people. All right. I tried to Ric Flair you, buddy Landell you, but
I almost went for it, and I'm like, no, there's a significant chance that this is Bizarro.
yep. Good thinking. Good thinking.
See, I was thinking Bizarro right away, and then I was just waiting. I thought maybe you were going to pull the double agent.
Oh yes, and
As soon as I saw that, I knew it wasn't going to be him. So
the
I was
double
like,
swerve.
should I just hit
I
it?
only put
The
2
double
up here,
swerve.
so I'm only gonna have 2 more, and I'm on my second. So
What's the matter, Brian?
nothing. It's just funny how this mic picks up. I didn't mute myself.
Oh, that is funny because we heard everything. You
Yep.
It's funny how microphones work when you don't hit the button right. But yeah, don't drink too much, Brian. You got work tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, relax over there. All right, moonshine again.
Nah, just
Let me guess. Can I guess?
go ahead.
Yingling.
Yep.
Bingo. Yeah, don't drink too many Yinglings, you dingling.
I'm not gonna drink that much.
You're gonna get in trouble. I have no work tomorrow, so I'm gonna have some platinums.
Well, how many Inglings is too many? I
Nah,
mean,
but
it's
it's,
all
you know,
subjective, right?
Yeah, about as many licks as it takes to get to the center of the pop. You know what I mean? The lollipop.
All right, yeah. We're talking 3 because I had 3 before I came here, and 1 during this, and I just got my second one. So technically, up to 5.
You're on
and
number
5's, yeah. So
That's not too
3's
bad.
Yeah, but 3's the limit. But let's go. We have more trivia to go to.
Yeah, Brian, it's trivia night. Anything goes. You're allowed to do whatever you want on trivia night, I think. Bizarro. Oh, Guido said, who's Bizarro? He's Superman, but everything's backwards with him. And on the show, he would talk backwards. He's an idiot, is what he was. He's really dumb. He's like a really dumb Superman.
Buddy boy, shut it.
But he's pretty
Stop
he's
barking.
powerful. Rich is having struggles too.
Yeah, he was Superman that was like from the Mirrorverse or something like
Yeah.
that. He's an
Yeah.
opposite land.
Yeah, but his
Thank God I'm not the only person not hitting the mute button.
yeah, everybody's having problems tonight. But the grammar of this Bizarro was just atrocious. It was just out of control. He was like Yoda. Him and Yoda would have a great conversation. Nobody know what the hell's going on. So that's that. Henchman still in the lead. Did not trick him.
Wait,
The Batman the Colt in the series, the Batman the Colt comic book in the series Batman the Colt. Which villain almost brainwashed the Dark Knight? This is one I did not know. I found this specifically for you Dark Knight fans. Given these answers, I kind of figured it out, but
Yeah, I didn't know this one.
my guess was the Scarecrow at first because he has that
was
spray. You know, he can make you think things or whatever. But Deacon Blackfire, that's I don't know. I did. Brian, did you know that one, Sexton?
I hit that one because I thought it was going to be Hugo Strange.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
Hugo's,
that was actually the answer I was looking for.
yeah, Hugo Strange was his first arch nemesis. So
in that comic book or no?
no, in the comic books in general.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, this was that Deacon from King of Queens. Who's that guy? We've already talked about King of Queens today. The Flash. Everybody loves the Flash, unless it's the new one. No, it wasn't too bad. I went and saw it. It wasn't too bad. Which of these characters was never the Flash? So which of these guys never portrayed the Flash? Not actors, comic book guys.
Process of elimination. You had 3 flashes on there.
Anybody know who Carter Hall is?
Hawkman.
Hawkman. Good job, guys. Yep, Hawkman. Bonus points for Crispy Bacon and Freddie Brock. Anybody's game still. Where are we at? Robin. the character Robin, as in Batman and Robin. What issue did Robin first appear in? What issue comic book did Robin first appear in? Yeah, no tricking you guys. I thought maybe you thought it's the classic Detectives 38. You know, the one of probably the most famous Batman cover. It's both of them, the Batman and Robin.
Yeah, you almost got me on that because for some reason I thought DC Comics number 40.
Well, I looked up Star Bangled Comics. I never heard of such a thing, but Robin did appear in them like a couple years after this. So I was trying to screw you over with that a little bit, but it was him and Batman swinging away on Detective 38. Brian, you didn't think he was in the first one?
No, it's because I can't remember what comic book Batman started in first, but DC Comics, when they started presenting Batman, that's when they started pushing it.
Hmm.
So, and All Star Comics was Soldiers of Seven Victory. That's a Green Arrow thing. So,
You're sick. Look at you, sick with your comic book knowledge. Retro Radical. Damn, dude, some of these are deep cuts. Are they? Yeah, I'm trying to make it like doable, but I also wanted it to be hard for these guys because I know some of them are heavily into comics. I don't want them to be bored, but yeah, some of them I think they're pretty tough. Some of them. The Robin question wasn't too bad. That's good. I tried to screw them, but I obviously didn't. They did very well with that.
now if you would have made that Robin question like DC 38, DC 40,
Yeah, then I might have
or
got you.
that,
Yeah, that wouldn't have been as easy to guess.
Well, in the multiverse, I'll hit you up. I'll hit you with that. In the multiverse, somewhere there's an evil 80's Toys for My Attic page that screws everybody over. I thought that was this universe, but not as good on that question.
80's Toys for My Attic After Dark.
After Dark.
Bizarre World, 80s Toys from my attic.
Okay, I'm going 90's here. A little 90's, but it's a great question, so I couldn't deny it. Who killed Superman in the 1992 comic Death of Superman? Who killed him? Temporarily, I guess.
That's a great pick.
I was going to say the TV series.
Doomsday. How many of you guys own that comic book?
I do.
Yep.
I got
I
two
got it.
copies.
We all
actually.
did, right? I don't know if it was like this when it came out around you, but everybody's like, "This is gonna be worth so much money." And when it first came out, $45, $90, $100. Like the first day or two, because everybody thought it was gonna be like so huge. Everybody owns it, worth nothing, saturated the market. But is yours still in the black?
I have one that's still in the black, and then
Yeah.
one that I opened.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I had to get them both.
I cashed in on the Return one. Return of Superman.
Oh,
That didn't
okay.
work out so well.
Oh, that wasn't worth it either.
Hey, I
Yeah.
got all of those too. I got the all the returns. That
Yeah.
I just got to say that as a comic book collector at that time, that was the biggest event ever or ever will be.
It's the base
We
event.
were
I ever
going
remember
nuts.
collecting comics. People were.
Yeah.
I remember being in a bar that night, and my sister's husband, his brother-in-law, was in there. He's like, "Yeah, he bought like 12 or 30, he bought a shit ton of them." And he's like, "I got them for $8, but now they're 20." And it's like it was like the stock market. It was so strange. And the whole time I'm sitting there, even as a kid, I'm like, I gotta get my hands on this, but I'm not paying friggin' $40 for it. I forget what I got. What I got for it was not the bare minimum, but I didn't pay a lot for it. But I also remember thinking, every person I know owns this. How's it ever going to be worth it? And it turned out, nah. I don't even know what it goes for now.
Now,
I actually don't
for the-
own one.
You don't own one?
Nah.
Neither
Hipster.
do I.
You're a hipster.
Now it came during that time period where it's like you're buying comic books and it's like that one wasn't worth the story because you know that bitch is coming back.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's the end! Oh my god!" And it's like, really, they're not going to bring back Superman. I've seen
I mean-
Kiss come back 80 times at that point. Like,
Yeah,
they're
well,
not
that-
going to bring back Superman.
That's why a guy like me ends up with 7 shipwrecks and 7 star streams.
Yeah, that's true.
The average value of that issue is $17.60.
$17. Look at that. Yeah.
But it has been sold to a high of $720.
I wonder if that was right around the time when it was out, because I remember it dropping pretty quickly.
Could be a graded issue.
Yeah,
Maybe
Oh
graded.
yeah, exactly.
It could be that. It could be, but I
Well,
mean, that was selling
could be
big
autographed
for a
even.
long time. And as a matter of fact, you know what else was selling? The other ones, like the Justice Leagues and stuff like that. And I think there was like a Supergirl, because the whole crossover of because it spanned over several different lines.
Right, they were talking about in different comic
They
books.
were, yeah, they were high. They were selling big time too, because they were on a less limited or more limited run.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Not as many
Yeah.
published, right?
So they
I
yeah,
I am
they
so
ended up.
morbid that I had that poster of them carrying Superman's casket with all the Superman armbands on in the bedroom, and I'm like,
It's because you weren't confirmed.
yeah,
It's full circle.
yeah, it's
You know what?
getting
You made it
there.
the communion.
We used-
If you made it
we
just a
would-
couple more years, the confirmation, you wouldn't have done that shit in your bedroom. That
I missed my title
Evil
shot. What
shit.
can I say?
yeah. Retro Radical says same story with X-Men 1, right? Too many copies have to be
Yeah.
available.
Yeah,
Yep. This is fun though. I do
But
not
we
remember.
were-
I don't remember
we
why
were
I
meeting
subscribed
at
to
the
you, but I'm
shop
glad I
like
hopped
a-
on. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you checking it out and trying it. I don't. It is kind of. I do not remember why I subscribed to you. If I read that in a different tone, I'm like, it's almost like I don't know why the hell I'm on this thing.
I fell for
But
that
anyway, I'm glad I
comic.
came back. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You remember when Batman broke his back?
Yes.
Bane?
Yep. Bane. Bane broke.
And I'm like, oh, that's gonna be worth so much.
That too. It's not worth a lot, or
No, it wasn't, because next thing you know, it's like next month he's in there in a wheelchair pointing Justice League on how to solve something.
he's working it out. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
also those big issues, they printed a lot of them.
So
It's not
many.
like the old school issues that were thrown out and weren't printed high, you know what I mean? In the 90s, and especially like the late 80s into the 90s, they were printing out millions of copies of these because it was big. They were selling
Yeah.
far more than they are right
But
now. So
it's
all
also
of those
like
storylines were printed in great numbers.
the comic books in the 70s. Once you got them, they were first run. That's it.
Yeah, now you get a lot of reproductions. Even with GI
Mhm.
Joe, there's a like the number 2 is the big selling one, but then there's They would reissue them later on, and of course they're not worth as much.
I mean, it's like if I had a choice, one of the comic books I would like is the Green Arrow one, where he found out Speedy was on heroin.
but,
and that was a big thing-
Yes, that's a
Big
that,
thing in the 70s.
that's a classic. Like I've never read it, but I've read of it and saw the panels and everything. That's a classic one. It hit like on a hard subject and everything. That's awesome. Yeah, that was a cool one. But no, you're right. These things are put out in like millions of people. It's like it's different. Like I see the toys at Target now, and I'm looking at action figures that are $25 a pop, and these are for adult men. These are not for kids. No kid. Like we used to get the Star Wars for between $1 and $2, and we'd have an army of them. I feel bad for these kids. These grown ass adults, which we are them. We are the people buying them. It's taken away. It's making the prices go ridiculous, and they're not going to be worth anything. I mean, they'll be worth something. They'll be worth at least $25. But they are. Nobody knew what Star Wars was going to be. Nobody knew that even like what Snake Eyes would be, or all these other figures that were like hit. And there's just if you have them and they're in great condition, or even carded, it's a rarity nowadays. All these people on Facebook, they look behind me. All these origins. What are they going to be worth? Me and everybody else owns those origins. They're big deal.
It's a sad point about the market is like these toys today, and I tell my wife this all the time. Toys today aren't marketed to the kids. They're
No.
marketed to the middle-aged men that have the money.
Yeah. I was looking at those figures in Target. They're not even like the GI Joe ones that came out. I think they were like 20 or something. But
I mean,
one
back
figure.
in the day,
They're not even, they don't even have points of articulation. They were horrible looking. I was like, I
back
say
in the
that as an
day,
adult with
our-
too many action figures. Me too, Rich. I got them surrounded by me. But I would say 95% of my collection are from my childhood. I like the look of these new origins because they look like the original in the box. That's why I got them. But but most of it's my collection.
Yeah, it's like part of me is I'm buying all the He-Man figures up now, so that when my daughter and if I have another child could have the fun that we had growing up.
Yeah, you can actually open it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I'm starting to feel with it too. Where are we at?
Yeah, because listen, if we didn't take these things out of the box and we didn't play with them, they wouldn't mean as much to us
Hell no.
as they do
Yeah.
now. They mean so much is because we spent hours playing with these,
I said it earlier. I remember
doing whole
holding them when I was
campaigns,
younger.
war campaigns, battles. We played our own movies in our head. That's why they mean so much to us.
Yeah.
If we
One of
left
my
them in a box and
and-
just sitting there, they wouldn't mean
Wild
that.
wrestling leagues.
And meanwhile, my wife chimed in saying, "Isn't that why you bought a second Castle Grayskull?"
Yeah,
I'm like,
Brian has
yes.
2 Castle Grayskulls, one to open and one to These kids they're going to cost you even more money because you got to buy one
No.
to keep and one to open. Now it's a lot, and they're so expensive. It's ridiculous.
One of my favorite
Brave Star,
elementary
great toy
school
line.
memories was everyone getting a piece of Devastator and bringing it into school to make Devastator.
To combine it.
Yep. And
You
at
can't-
lunch period, we're all like sitting there with our.
Meanwhile, in our
They're
school,
part.
we bought every piece of the puzzler. We all bought Grobots.
We didn't all buy. You made.
I know.
We didn't
I
all
took a
buy
shot.
Grobots. One of us did.
I
And-
took a shot.
That was a special school, right?
Very, extremely. But I have my combiner GoBot right behind me. You can see
They transformed the
He's
short
over
bus
there.
by licking the windows.
him. Wasn't the biggest bus. It was
Yeah, he transformed into a paperweight.
these GoBots. You're lucky they don't come to life like Toy Story. They would be really pissed off right now. But no, what I'm trying to do after this tournament though, because I've been collecting like. My daughter says, what do you want for your birthday? She has a list. I make a list of, I need my old War Duke because I hid him and I can't find him. I need my old Storm Shadow. The list is over at this point. I think I want to get the rest of the first 2 waves of the DC superpowers. I only need like 2 or 3. Surprisingly, I don't have the Penguin. And for Secret Wars, I need only the weird edition, like the Hobgoblin, kind of expensive, and those 3 inside. So I'm not going to worry about the 3 that were overseas or whatever. But
Dude, you know
but
what the worst
DC,
part
I
was?
think I'm going to start collecting the superpowers. I want to finish
Yeah.
that up, at least because the 3rd wave is like TYR. How do you even pronounce his name, guys? Is it Tyr or
Tyr.
Tyr? Yeah, I have no interest in him. I apologize to him
Yeah.
and his family. I don't care about owning him. So wave 3 is a little iffy to me, but the first 2 waves I want to finish because I'm almost done.
That's all right. He's just the Norse god of justice. I'm sure he'll be looking for you after the cameras get turned off.
I got 100 pissed off GoBots behind me. Good luck,
Yeah,
my friend.
Jack,
Good
the
luck.
worst part about it was the one store up there in Woodbury had the whole Secret Wars collection, and when I saw him post it, no sooner did he post it, he had it sold, and he had the Hobgoblin, the Iceman, and Electro all in it.
Had those guys. What about Constrictor? He's the 3rd.
I think he was in there too.
Probably if he had the whole thing. Yeah, so those guys, and also the Remco Universal monsters that Jeff is well aware of. I don't own the Mummy. I just, it's not I lost it. He's the one that I could never find as a kid. I need that, and I also need, and this is a big one, it's expensive, but if you look up on my head up to, what is it?
Did you hear that, Maya the
your left.
Catwoman?
Oh,
He
wait,
needs
top.
his
You
mummy.
see Inhumanoids? The Metlar, right next to the Fortress of Fangs. I got Tendril Metlar. I need Decompose. But that thing goes for like $300 or something. But the good news is that means those 2 son of a guns. Well, I could say some of it. I mean, those 2 guys up there, they go for 300, 250, 300 too, which is awesome. But it doesn't matter. The price doesn't matter because I'm never going to sell any of it. So why do I even talk about it?
Decompose
now
was
we're hitting Jack's
100%.
Christmas wish book.
What's that, Rich?
Now
Decompose
we're
is
hitting
100% nightmare fuel.
Yeah, it is.
As a kid.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't have him. I have the other 2, but
That was a
here's a
cool
question.
line, but it was also a little limited, and that's why it's going to be jacked up in price.
what's limited?
The Inhumanoids?
Yeah,
they weren't as
they
popular
weren't
as the
pumped
others.
out like
so.
GI Joes or whatnot. But I have a decent Inhumanoid collection, even the little guys. But that's the big 3, man. I need that 3rd guy, but he's a big boy. What the hell was I going to say? Oh, here's a question I have for you guys. If I do an All-Star, well, when I do the All-Star tournament, I'm taking the top 8 from every tournament, the G.I. Joe, but there's going to be a miscellaneous tournament. Should I or should I not include the 3 big Inhumanoids, or are they too big to play with the other boys?
Uh, no, I'd say they need to be included.
Can I put them in?
Yeah.
I'd like to. I really
Don't
want
sing
to.
it, bring it.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yep.
I was thinking about that the other day. You know, a lot of people sit around thinking about what they're going to do with their 401k portfolios and this and that. I'm sitting there thinking, can I put Metlar in the All-Star tournament? Is that legal? Like, those are the things I think about. It's
I think Matt Laura would be a good slobber knocker.
yeah.
And just when you're thinking, no, I'm not going to do that, you hear decompose.
Decompose.
Giant finger comes through your window. Yeah.
Yeah. But I can't bring myself to spending that much money on it. I can't. But I'm hoping I find some naive old woman doing a yard sale one day, and her son's in jail, and she's mad that he's in jail, and she sells his decomposed $10. That's what I'm looking for. That's how I got an acoustic guitar one time. The woman was selling shit right around the corner from us, Brian. A little yard sale. Sold this guy's all his shit because he was in jail and she was mad at him. She didn't have any decomposes though.
You should totally blame it on the zombie version of Baxter who posted Decompose and Metlar and all of them in the tournament.
Yeah, blame it on that guy.
Yeah.
Blame it on him.
That's like my friend when we went to Fun Spot. He found a Super GoBot Leader 1 at a yard sale and bought it for $20. And it had the old crown, the black crown.
Yeah.
Discount Halley, $7.99.
That's what you need to do, though. You need to find these things because I can't rationalize spending that much money on it.
Yeah, but
I
it's
just
been
can't
over.
do it.
It's been
like
over
these, like the DC superpowers. You can get the Penguin and those guys, $20, 25 here, maybe a more better version, 30. They're not super hard to get. But that Mummy's a little bastard too to get. He's kind of rare among those guys. I guess I wasn't the only one that had trouble finding them.
Give the Kenner Superpowers credit when they sold that toy line and they released the figures in '93 no, same time as Batman, '89.
'89 it was. Yeah, they did.
At least
the
penguin on that one was a different color, so it wasn't.
Oh, I know,
original.
and that's why I gotta tell. Like that's the thing when I tell my daughter, like because even like Destro, like which Destro version, like I have to be very specific with this because they made it difficult for people to buy these for Christmas gifts because they're all little variations. All right, we gotta get moving. What the hell are we doing? Comic book night's going. I knew I was gonna get off track with comic book night. I knew it. Who killed Superman? Name that character. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Oh, that sounds good, Weedo. Retro Radical. I saw some. That's recreating 90s more actually, but 3D printers. That's the other key nowadays, man. 3D printer, that son of a gun. Black Manta. Got you at Mantis. Mantis is actually the green-yellow looking character that was in the thing. Because I remember when I put Mantis up, everybody's like, wait, he looks different than the Justice League. That wasn't Mantis, that was Black Manta. Let's see where we're at. Double D Stone Elite, Freddy Brock, Dr. S-Word, The Henchman, and Lou Rigno rounding it out. And, oh, this is one of my absolute favorite comic books of all time. You're not going to find this guy in the Justice League. You're not going to find this guy in any DC movie. He's a goofball. He's a parody. The quote-unquote Wanderer was a parody of Conan the Barbarian. What was the Wanderer's name? The Wanderer. It was a funny comic book. This kid doesn't know.
Dude, I only know that because you harped it down my throat.
Yeah, I have so many of these ones. I have so many Grus. Gru the Wanderer. My mom loves this comic. Isn't it awesome? Yeah, Gru's funny. I wish they would do a Gru movie. That would probably be cool.
It was drawn like the Mad Magazine.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, because it was Mad Magazine. It was Sergio that he was an artist or for Mad Magazine. He did a lot of the magazines, but also did a lot of little mini books. He once teamed up with Conan. Retro Radical says, not even a joke, this is one of the few comics we had around as a kid. Yeah, it was awesome. I love when people know who Gru is. I got a few of them. I'm going to have to break them out and read them. Sergio. Yeah, what was it? Sergio Aragon. That's it. Thank you. I couldn't think of his last name. Aragon. I don't know how to pronounce it. Aragoni, but it was he was one of the mad artists. I remember seeing his name all over that magazine. Oh, that is the real proper spelling. He's got the little accent marks, the umlauts, and the this and that. All right, let's see where we're at. All right. Got a few people in that. Got a few people. Not a lot of Gru fans. That's okay. What about Cyclops? You like Cyclops? Who is Cyclops' brother? Who is Cyclops' brother? Oh, you guys are good. It's Havoc.
Yeah, I was going to say because they added a third brother,
Who's that?
Vulcan.
Oh, Vulcan. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm like that.
I
I
tried
saw
not to
the-
screw up here. I tried to keep. I looked a little history. I tried to not mess up, but the night is still young. Hopefully, I didn't. Hopefully, I didn't. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. Double D still in the lead. Fantastic Four. Which of the following is not a member of the Fantastic Four?
Johnny number 5.
What, Short Circuit? Could have been. Silver Surfer. Very important in the movie. Saved them from Galactus, but
By the way, I love the picture of that one now.
they're surfing. I just picked up on it why it picked that picture for me. There's 4 of them, and they're surfing. Thanks for giving up the answer, Kahoot. Jerk. None will remember who we were, why we fought, all that we. Rich is killing it in the YouTube too. He's there. He's multitasking. Unless that's multiverse, Rich. Let's still any of your games, anybody. Let's see. The Punisher, anti-hero. He's a former what? He's a former what? Used to be a former. That's a stupid way of wording things. That doesn't even make sense. He used to be a former.
So he rejoined?
He rejoined and quit again, just so he used to be a former.
Oh my God, it's like that one almost got me. As bad of a Punisher fan I am.
Would you almost put Navy SEAL?
Yeah.
Not
But
ninja,
that-
right?
But then you started talking. I hate to say it's like,
Yeah, that's the best comment. You got to hear YouTube. Retro Radical wrote, he's a former father and husband.
Ow.
Oh, that's cold.
What?
no, but seriously, it's like former. And then that's when I
It's
realized
true.
you never, once Marine, always Marine. There's no former Marine.
That's what angered him so much. Oh, no. All right. Let's see where that put us. Oh, no. Yeah, great series. I love Daredevil series. I love the Punisher series. Jessica Jones, I loved all of them. Yeah, Luke Cage. The second season not so much, but yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't like all of them. Which one?
I love that crew in the comics. I hate the Netflix show adaptations.
All of them? You
Not
don't like
all of
Daredevil?
them.
I thought Daredevil was cool.
Yeah, Daredevil was good.
Daredevil's a great series.
Punisher was great. I didn't
But
particularly.
Who am I thinking of? Golden. What's his name? Who's the other one?
Iron Fist.
What is it?
Iron Fist.
They
Iron
did a
Fist. Oh.
Netflix dropped the ball with him. He's one of my favorite
Is he one of your
characters.
favorites? I couldn't even think of his name just now. It was.
He's
so-
one of the best martial artists in the Marvel universe. So to cast a non-martial artist,
You think it's
in
the
there?
actor? You think it's like? I think that hurt it a lot. Like he's kind of a whiny guy, that actor, right?
Yeah. I didn't like the actor. I didn't like the storyline.
No, the
I didn't
story
like a
was
lot
lame
of it.
too.
I'm an expert in several martial arts, and I was watching that the whole time, wincing like this guy sucks. I
couldn't
can
even
do better
fake
than
it.
him. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was bad.
The second season of Punisher was awesome.
Oh yeah, Punisher. Yeah, I absolutely love the Punisher series and the Daredevil.
And they
Jessica
set up
Jones,
the-
I love too. I like the.
They did a good job with Jessica Jones.
Yeah, I liked one season more than the other. I can't remember which season I liked.
They
first
set
season
up
Aquaman, I
was
liked
good.
the mind control. I like that.
They
But
showed the
Iron
pun-
Fist. Oh, and I didn't even like Defenders. I didn't care for it. I thought it was too heavy on the Iron Fist. I'm like, this is
Dude.
the guy I like the least, and he keeps popping up in these scenes.
And I hate to say it, I like Defenders because I'm all in with Daredevil. Daredevil's one of my favorite
I
characters.
love Daredevil. He's one of my favorite too.
And I love the way they played him in that, where he didn't want to get involved, didn't want to get involved. And then he's like, okay, shit's going south. I got to get involved.
I think those fight scenes are like top notch in Daredevil too. They are so well choreographed. I love the Daredevil fight scenes.
One of the best
they look
lines in
brutal.
Daredevil is when he took the scarf off her, and he goes, "Why look better in it?" When he took the scarf and he covered himself.
I don't remember that.
That was in
Was that in the
Defenders.
show?
Oh, Defenders, yeah, in Defenders.
It was in Defenders.
Daredevil didn't have his mask, and he had to
Oh,
fight
yeah,
the bad
yeah,
guy,
yeah.
so he takes the scarf and puts it over
Covered
his head.
face. Yeah, he's a great.
But
I
I-
love that
the-
actor too. I don't know that actor's name. What's his
Charlie Cox.
That's it, Charlie Cox. Thank you very much. Yeah, and I can't wait till it comes out. I hope they didn't screw it up though. They probably will.
I'm worried about it.
I know they probably will. They probably will.
The scene in season 1 of Daredevil, that hallway fight, was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Yeah,
That's it.
In a show or movie.
Stogie,
And then it's the stairway fight
Stogie,
as
that,
well.
right,
It's just
when,
incredible.
right when you wrote that, Retro Radical at the same time wrote the hallway fight scene is top tier. He's probably talking about the same one.
It's so technically
Yeah,
demanding from so many
It's amazing.
viewpoints.
Yeah,
Just the
time
fact
with
that it was
When
all uncut is amazing. That it was a single cut.
Is
from
that a
beginning
single
to
cut
end.
scene? Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, both of them, both the stairway, the stairwell, and the hallway scene,
And
all
all
one
the
cut.
fighting in it, it looks technically sound. It looks like,
Mhm.
really, really good stuff from people who knew what they were doing.
Right.
The best thing about that is if you can separate the whole Ben Affleck as Daredevil scene, and then Charlie Cox as Daredevil, when they have that final fight where he basically says, "Yeah, you know I'm blind, but a blind man kicked your ass."
Yeah.
The Marvel Netflix series took that to a whole new level.
Well,
Basically,
and
it's
I've never minded the Affleck movie, but it's nowhere near Charlie Cox. Like that's nowhere near. But I didn't mind the movie. It's kind of like I don't know.
Yeah, and
It wasn't too bad, but
The whole thing about the Netflix series is like I watched them both, and me being a fan of both of them, it's awesome. But it's like I actually felt bad for like the Matt Murdock character in a Netflix series. I felt
He had
bad.
heart. You were supposed
Yeah.
to. You were supposed to care about the character.
Yeah.
That's one of the great things about
that series.
Daredevil
Yep.
was that he was kind of that that tortured soul, if
He's
you will, or
blind,
whatever.
Yeah. It's like
And they
with his
caught that
father
part
and
of
everything.
Daredevil excellent.
And the Netflix series delved into that and everything, like his mother being a nun and all that. But the one thing we learned from the Netflix series is you don't need a backstory for everything. Everybody knows Batman's Batman, Superman's Superman.
How many times have we seen the Spider-Man backstory in these movies?
Yeah.
Every new character almost. Real quick before we move on, Retro Radical says it's not truly one shot. He said every bit of the choreography is super tight and energy. He says it's several one-shot takes that are spliced together. I don't know.
I heard that there were no cuts in the
No
scene.
cuts at all. This is a we're gonna have to agree to disagree between Rich and Retro Radical. We're having a little tense controversy now on the show. This is good. This is build up. He also says Charlie Cox is so used to playing a blind man that apparently he lost roles because he subconsciously had blind mannerisms. He was avoiding eye contact and touching things before looking at them. I believe that. He got so heavy in the role.
I heard that. Yep.
Yeah. Same
Hey,
with
you
the
wanna
MCU
hear a quick-
Spider-Man. No, you don't need it. You don't need the backstory. Again, bit by a spider. We get it. Young
So,
teenager.
quick funny story. When I was going to Comic-Con, this is like the first year that Daredevil had come out. I'm getting off a subway and I'm walking up to the Javits Center, and there's a guy walking ahead of me, and he's dressed up in a suit, which is not uncommon in Manhattan, right? And he's got a blind man stick, and he's walking. Now you see blind people all the time in New York. It's not nothing new. He's sitting there walking, and all of a sudden I'm watching him, and like he's looking at traffic, he's doing this. I'm like, what the hell's going on? This guy's supposed to be blind. He was Matt Murdock. He wasn't Daredevil. He was cosplaying.
He was
He was
cosplaying
heading
Matt
to the
Murdock.
con. Yeah, he was heading to the con just like
Beautiful.
me, but he was Matt Murdock.
You
He
get
was
away with
not
that.
Daredevil, and I
Yeah.
didn't know.
Nice.
It didn't hit me right away.
That's a great cosplay. At least, you don't have to sit and pretend you're blind the whole time. Where are we at? Punisher? Did we name that character yet?
No, we're on 14. We're heading into 15 now.
Perfect.
So.
Name this character. And you'll notice the theme. Super Friends.
All I gotta say is Zedgul, really?
Yeah, I know. I made that one up. I was like, Zed, that's a good name for a zombie. Ghoul is a zombie. Well, maybe it'll work.
I just want to know who put Giganta.
I put Giganta, not yeah. Well, it's 2023, Brian. Anything goes.
I want to know who put that.
Could have been Giganta, who, by the way, is a giant Amazonian woman. About as tall as a building. All right, Double D's in the lead still. What do we got? Name that character. Wonder Woman. What's her real name? What's her secret identity? Wonder Woman. Sergio Aragones or Aragones. I don't know how to say it, but that's it. Could not think of that last name. A little slow tonight, obviously. I'm having trouble. I forgot Charlie Cox. I'm not on my game tonight. I need multiple choice. Diana Prince. There it is. Everybody knew that.
If you would have put Linda Carter, you would have lost me.
How about Selena Kyle? Do you guys know who that is?
Catwoman.
Catwoman. Extra points for Freddie Brock. Barbara Minerva.
Was she Cheetah?
Yeah, Cheetah.
All right.
Extra points for you and I. I don't remember who the hell Doris Zool is. I don't remember. It was somebody. I don't know who.
I'll do a quick search on that because I'm curious too.
Did I make that up?
Yeah.
I don't think I made it up.
I remember everything about comics, but ask me to build a bridge and it falls.
Literally.
Giganta.
Yeah, I know. We saw Route 42. It collapsed.
It's Giganta.
Oh, it's Giganta again. She's back. Wonder Woman's secret identity, number 17. What does DC stand for? This probably should have been one of the first 5 questions, but here we are. Here we are. If you weren't sure, I couldn't have set this up any better. We were just talking about the Defenders earlier, and that might have stuck in your head a little bit. All right, same top 5 as it's been. Just a little different order just now, a little shifty shift from 4 and 5. Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster created what superhero? I was going to do this question the other way. I was going to say this superhero, name them, and put them as one of the names, and have a bunch of duos. That might have been made it a little more difficult, I guess. But I think a lot of Siegel and Schuster did Superman.
The picture kind of ruined it if you didn't know it.
What did the picture have? It had wasn't it just street signs? What did it say?
It had a street sign, but it had the Superman logo on it.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
I didn't even see the picture. I don't like.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I
even
knew
looking
it
up.
before
I
I
was waiting
looked.
for it to pop up on my phone. Knew it before when you said the beginning of the first name.
Jerry, you're like, yep.
I
That's a great story too. I think Netflix did one on that. I forget who did it, but that's an interesting story too. Of them guys creating it. Same with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle guy that came. I don't know his name, and that's not even slow today. I just don't.
Eastman Laird.
Eastman and Laird.
Yeah, I figured you guys would be able. Yeah, you comic book guys would.
I was going to say something about that. Like, New York's always been like metropolis and all that, and where they say Gotham should be is a town near where Jeff grew up.
Talking about Vineland?
No, it was yeah, he grew up in Vineland, but
Yeah.
um, they celebrate it every day. They call it Batman Day in a town close to Vineland.
Weird,
Really?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Bridgeton.
Oh, in Bridgeton? We know Bridgeton.
Yeah.
They have Batman Day there?
Yeah,
They
because,
think Bridgeton's like Gotham? They got a lot of nerve. Like, what? Really?
There's a big Batman statue in the town I live in now, Burbank, California. There's a giant Batman statue down by my movie theater.
There was a huge Batman statue in Dublin when I was in Ireland. It was like everybody goes there for the bars and everything. It was the coolest
Yeah,
thing.
but
I thought that was the coolest thing. Big Batman
have you been to
up on top of a
Bridgeton?
building.
Have you been to Bridgeton, New Jersey lately? That's pretty much like Gotham.
Yeah, they got Jokers and
Yeah,
Riddlers running around.
They've tried to say that Gotham is more of a Newark, and Metropolis is Manhattan. Gotham City was Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do with the new movies and all that, because in that Batman,
New Jersey's always so highly regarded in these movies.
that whole
isn't it?
Batman Superman one. They're trying to say like, well, Gotham to see Metropolis. It's the next one over to see,
Huh.
and they did that before with the whole Central City, Keystone City with the Flash. So
All right, so Retro Radical. He says after Googling the Daredevil hallway scene, the thing he misinterpreted was the scene was shot many times. So they did do one take, but they did it many times to get that perfect one take. So
Yes, that's how they did it. It was always one, but they used the best one.
They didn't
had
do-
them
yeah,
do it
they-
over and over again, but
That
it was
makes
all
sense.
one cut.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they got that in the first try in one take, I would have been like, what? Wow. All right.
But what I think of is how many times did these poor people have to
I
do
know.
that?
There's probably like 100 takes just getting your ass kicked and thrown through walls and stuff.
I was exhausted after watching it.
Yeah. Yeah. I might have to rewatch that whole series again because it's been so long.
I just love the Daredevil series because when Charlie Cox, guy playing Matt Murdock, when he's hitting and he's yelling, like, oh, you can see such rage in his character and his voice where
Yep.
you actually feel it.
Yeah, he's great. He's great at it. Ben Affleck. No Charlie Cox when it comes to Daredevil, that's for sure. Apparently only 7 or 8 according to one stunt performer. Okay, oh, so they did 7 or 8 one takes according to the stunt guys. That's pretty good to nail that one single take in 7 or 8
Really
tries.
good.
Pretty smooth. All right, Wolverine. Back to Wolverine. I don't know why I did 2 Wolverine questions, but here we are. What comic did Wolverine first appear in? What comic? So if you... Oh, no, which... Oh, shit. Oh, I forgot one. Okay. Which of these heroes belongs to a corps serving as an intergalactic enforcement agency? Shit. Okay. I completely jumped over 2 questions. Which of these heroes belong to a corps? Which, like I said earlier, I had these comic books. It's pretty interesting. The Green Lantern Corps. And they're not all, like, dudes that look like us either. There's, like, monsters. Like, they're all
I
different.
lost so many points from the fucking screen deciding it wasn't going to accept my button press.
Really?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
You
Dude,
got
I
the
thought-
you got the right answer in at least?
Yeah, it took like 4 tries, but I finally got in.
Dude, I thought I was the only one suffering from that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like-
I'm moving like a snail.
It's slow.
Dude, I actually adapted. I have the Kindle now. So that
Oh, you
like,
changed
my-
over?
Yeah, I don't use the phone anymore.
Hmm.
So that way it's like my thumbprint doesn't cover the whole fucking phone.
Good strategy.
Yeah.
All right. Name the character. I'm on the right one now. Pop up, pop up, pop up. Legion of Doom. My favorite group of idiots that never got anything done right. Rich, originally one of the 4 answers, guess what I put?
Kong?
Yeah.
What's
Oh.
that?
Kong?
No.
What?
What's
what
the
did
what's
you...
the multiverse that I'm stuck in at times?
Harambe.
Yep.
I give credit to people that actually answered Rampage.
Yeah, it's good because he kind of looks like the guy from Rampage a little bit. Build a super team with 5 members. Yeah. Really make it work. All right, so Double D, right now you're ahead by 2 questions. So it's going to be a tough climb, but the other guys are 2 questions away. Freddie Brock and Dr. Esward are only 2 questions away. Where the hell am I? That was name that character. Okay. We're on question 20, right? Coming up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean 21.
21.
21. In what comic book did Wolverine first appear? And we're back. Any 5 members that we want. I love Thor. I think I'm gonna go Superman, Thor. Do they have to be heroes, or can you pick Galactus? Because he's eating up he's eating entire planets up. You take Galactus.
Dude, can you take the Dark Surfer when he gets Thor's hammer?
See, I don't even know anything. That just went right over my head. Sentry is Marvel Superman, yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll take it. Die by the Sword says sort of. It's closer to that. So pretty much indestructible. Isn't Captain Marvel one of the strongest of all the characters?
Captain Marvel's up there. Yep.
Up there, right?
Yeah.
She's one of the shit your pants card holders of the Avengers team. If that member answers the Avengers Assemble, you pack your bags and you give
just
up
go
the
home because she's so
yesterday.
overpowered.
Yep.
And once again, that's why it gives Batman so much more strength. It's like he invites somebody to leak, and once he finds out who they are and all that, he finds all their weaknesses and has something against them.
Oh, he's a detective by nature. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, it's like the old comic book Tower of Babel, where it's like you systematically take out each league member at a certain time so that person can't help the other league member. He always has a
This is where
contingency
Brian
plan.
goes into a different universe of his comic book knowledge and just starts. He loses 98% of the people. Like a few of you are like, oh yeah, I agree. And then there's me going, the fuck?
I should hit the mute button. I know.
What are you talking? What? I don't understand it. I think but listen, I love it. I love the passion because I have that same for 80s pro wrestling. I get it. I just don't know what you're talking about. Like even the choices that Rich just picked for his top 5 super team, I know 1 out of the 3. Like that's sad.
Yeah, but my passion comes from you when you first introduced me to
I started your
comic
passion
book.
with comic books, right? And I then I got my ADD just I'm like, oh, hold on a second, what is that? An action figure wrestling league? I'll be right back, and then poof, off there. I'm ready to fight. Like Batman throws peanut dust on it. And there you go, perfect. He's got an answer for everything, Batman. Where the hell are we? Wolverine. So you guys. We did the Wolverine question, right?
Yep.
Incredible Hulk. All right, we knew that. Carnage.
He showed up in a comic where he was fighting the Wendigo at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I actually just got this one
That's it.
Saturday.
Nice.
It's a reproduction.
It's a reproduction,
though.
though. Nice,
Yeah.
though. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It was just sitting on my table here when the question came up. So.
Yeah, I've got a
Cheater.
reproduction of that.
Cheater.
Yeah, I had that repo with the 2 figures.
I've got
And-
both of them. The
Yeah,
one
we
leaf.
ended up. Sorry, dude. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What are you saying?
Oh no, I was done. I was just saying I had to both of them go for it.
Oh,
Brian.
I thought I cut you off. I had the reproduction of that comic book with the 2 figures, and we just sold it for like $50.
Oh, nice. Why'd you sell that? You don't want it?
I have so much shit here that it's like getting ready to move. It's like you got to start selling some stuff.
No, you don't. You buy a storage unit. You get a shed. What do you mean you gotta sell? You never sell your stuff. I'm telling you, Fred has a whole section of his house that's. Oh, I don't even know if is that even connected to your
Gotta
house.
run to the
it might
bathroom
be in
to
the
go back.
multiverse. I don't even know, but it's this like all connected. Like he's got everything in there. You don't need to get rid of anything.
It's a
that's a
I know.
falsehood.
It's okay, Jack. You got first dibs on my GI Joes.
I'll take them. I will take them. Yeah, there's always room. Oh,
You know, I always liked about that Wolverine showed up. He made his first appearance in the Hulk. Hulk is my favorite, of course. My second favorite is Wolverine.
Nice. Yeah, and that's where you should.
So that's like a holy grail of first appearances, aside from like the mega origins.
Right.
That's one of the holy grails of first appearances.
Well,
Yeah.
so if you want to talk first appearance of Wolverine, I love it in the movie. But Hugh Jackman, first thing he's doing is smoking a cigar, taking a drink, and right then it's like, that's my Wolverine.
I don't think there's a bigger character a bigger actor associated with a comic book character than him. Robert Downey Jr. is right there too, of course. But Wolverine, I don't know if you can ever. Hugh Jackman is he's Wolverine at this point.
Yeah, well, back in the day, it was Adam West and Batman.
Yeah, you got so many Batmans. You can't. People have once you start saying who's your favorite, and there's different answers. It's not the same classification as Hugh Jackman. Like
you want to hear a little fun fact about Wolverine? When he was in First Class, I don't know if you've seen that. First Class, that was with young Professor X, young Magneto.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, so they walk up to him in the bar, and they're saying, and they introduce themselves, and he turns to me and says, "Go fuck yourself." Fuck off.
That's a great scene.
The thing is, they did not know that was not supposed to be his line.
Samuel L. too, yeah.
And so they left in disappointment like that because they thought, well, he just ruined the shot. We got to leave and do it over again. The guy playing Professor X and Magneto, that when you see them leave, that's because they were like, well, damn, he just ruined the shot. Let's go. So they were like annoyed at him. And it works great on
That's awesome.
film,
And they kept it because that's the best scene.
Yeah.
Probably the best scene in the movie. I like the movie, but it's
because
a great scene.
Wasn't he supposed to say no and they had a rebuttal? But he turned around and said that and they just left.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a thing, but he just turned it into that.
Yep. Retro Radical had me for a second. He said, I would argue Nick Fury is right there with characters, with the actors. And then he wrote the Hasselhoff one, of course. So, yes, once Hasselhoff plays a character, all others are off the table. 100%. Let's see. Colossus with the Juggernaut powers. Rich is a great multitasker. He's all over. I think there's 2 Riches.
I'm on camera this entire time. You could see that both Riches had to take a break, go to the bathroom, and.
Did we do Carnage question yet, or no?
No.
We're on 22, right? Yeah. What deranged serial killer was the first and most infamous host of Carnage? What was his name? Who was Carnage? Oh, this kid again. I must use it. I used the same picture twice.
Is that Woody Harrelson?
Yeah, it was Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
The only reason I
dud.
know that is because I had a stack of comic books and bought it, and when that happened, I ran out to buy it, and I didn't realize I already had it.
Okay.
Just like when you got all drunk and bought 7 shipwrecks the one night, and not one Polly showed up.
No, this is just I bought a second one.
Brian, out of curiosity, how many did you miss tonight? How many questions?
I'm 22 for 22.
I know you are. So you see how he downplays his skills? He's like, the only reason I know this one, you knew this one before they wrote it. Don't even play. You know all of these. He's like, oh, I got lucky on this one. I was going to this is so easy for you.
It's funny
Admit
how
it.
you put all host of Venom on the left side of the screen.
Oh, Flash
you-
Thompson.
Yep.
I don't
Flash
know. I
Thompson.
don't know Mac Gargan. He was
No, you
Venom?
did. You did screw me up on that one Batman question. where
Matt
I thought it
Gargan was Scorpion.
Hugo Strange.
But you got that one right though, Brian.
I got it right because I knew the other three weren't.
Yeah. See. But who was Lee Price is somebody too. I picked was
Hold on. Engaging multi-threading drive.
I just got to throw in that Maximum Carnage was one of the coolest damn storylines in comic book history.
yeah,
It spanned over. It was done over three. This is when Spider-Man had three different titles, three different lines of his old comic books.
That
And
always
there-
confused me as a
sorry,
kid
four.
when I would
It
go
was-
there and
it
there'd be
was
three
four
different
of them.
ones. Yeah, the Amazing
Yeah.
Spider-Man, the Spider-Man by itself. Yeah, it was all
The Webber
Actually,
Spider-Man.
Lee
Yeah.
Price was another Venom symbiote host.
okay. So I had some Venoms, but yeah, I knew Flash Thompson for a bit. Was Venom, which was probably so fulfilling for him after the way.
Now you got me going, Rich. I'm like, which he was a Venom host or one of his symbiotes?
Yeah, he was a Venom host.
Yeah, Venom just started getting around.
He got around.
Well, that was part of his ultimate design to absorb all DNA in the universe before it could get shut down by that one event that happened at the end of time where it exterminates all life. And the Venom symbiote sacrificed itself to give all the DNA back to the universe and make everyone exist again.
So basically, he runs around. He runs around, does everything he can, and then when he gets married, he's done.
Well, yeah, they made some changes to Venom. My Venom was just, I'm gonna eat your brains.
Ruthless, yeah.
That was my Venom.
Yeah, not this thinking about human society Venom. Did you, just for the record, did you guys like the Tom Hardy movies? I thought they were a little goofy, but
I think they're a little goofy, but they're a lot of fun. I enjoyed
they
them.
are fun. Yeah, and I love Tom Hardy. He's like one of my favorite actors, so that helps the movie a lot for me. But
Yeah.
I don't.
think
I don't
he was
really-
great, and I thought he was a great Eddie Brock. I was like really
Yeah.
excited about that.
So
But
better,
I didn't even watch
than
Maximum
Topher
Carnage.
Grace, Stogie guy. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Oh God,
I like the
Anything's better than Topher Grace.
Horrible.
I like-
Horrible.
Mila
like-
Kunis would have been better than Topher Grace.
Hey, be careful saying that. She might be the next Venom the way things are going.
I
I'm
like
scared.
the first Venom,
I'm
but I
scared.
gotta give my I'll give my comic card up now. I haven't seen the second one.
The second one wasn't bad. It wasn't
Haven't seen it.
it wasn't horrible. It could have been way, way worse.
First one was way better. Yeah.
Yes, I'll agree with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And then they did that little scene at the end of, was it Spider-Man, where Venom's in the bar? Was that the end
Yeah,
of
the No Way Home.
No Way
Yep.
Home? Yeah.
I thought that was. I felt that was pretty cool. Like
I did too. Yeah, I thought that was awesome. He's like, oh my God, and then he's gone.
That was Sony going, I am so desperate to get every character that I have a license for in the MCU that I'll do anything, including this.
Yeah, I love Marvel movies. I feel like they put so much time and thought into things. They don't just throw shit out. Like everything with the Avengers was so. I just thought it was well planned, movie to movie. Retro Radical says you wish you gotten to take part in the 80s and 90s. How old are you, Retro Radical? I thought I was talking to one of our own from the 80s and 90s, because you know a lot for being watch him be like, I'm 8. Oh, the Craven movie. He says, no way that's going to be good. You might be right, but Craven was one of my favorite Spider-Man
oh, he was
characters.
cool.
Just a straight up killer.
Dude,
You're
that
32.
one-
Okay, so you're in the realm. You're in the same universe.
For anybody listening, that one comic book with Spider-Man and Craven, The Hunt.
Craven's Last Hunt.
Yeah, go read that. Go
I have
read
those.
that.
Yeah.
I have the Craven
epic.
comic books with Spider-Man because I was a big Craven fan. Oh, and
Yeah, and
Rich literally just wrote that on YouTube. Yeah.
that's why I did not watch the new Carnage movie, the Venom Carnage movie, because the Maximum Carnage was
I forgot it
so
existed. I just watched it.
incredible. It was
Yes.
such a great comic, and it was brutal. It was like unforgiving,
You knew it
and
would
like it
live
was
up
like
to it.
Yeah. I just
It-
I knew it'd be a disappointment, and I
There
just
was a
couldn't do
lot
it.
of goofy things in the second Venom movie. One of them was that, instead of being one of Carnage's offspring, Scream was like a mutant chick just in an insane asylum.
Well,
That just
and that was Woody,
that's
right?
in the comic
This
books.
this
She
movie is
was
like vague to me for some reason. I didn't not just watch it, but I watched it a month ago. Was that Woody Harrelson still, or was that just the end of the first
that,
Venom where they made Woody in it? I don't remember.
no, that was the Woody Harrelson.
It was
movie.
Woody
There
with
he was in
Carnage.
it.
Okay, I'm mixing my movies up. I'm gotcha.
If we want to talk about Venom and his symbiotes, I would love to have something like Toxin.
Yeah, Toxin is cool, but that requires careful planning and actual like several movies of coming at this from multiple angles and then setting that up, which is something Sony does not have the patience or the money to do.
Here's where they lose everybody again.
I love how you lead into
This
them
is
like
the part where I feel like an idiot and I just don't seem to know anything. They're talking about Toxin.
Toxin is one of Carnage's offsprings.
And he's one of the most powerful symbiotes in existence.
Yeah,
And
the
then-
original Maximum Carnage, Scream wasn't in it. Shriek was in it. She was like a Kiss groupie who had mutant scream powers, and she was able to kind of get into people psychologically and drive them a bit nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her insanity. So they were different.
Just out of
Scream,
curiosity,
the
Jeff.
symbiote was a different
Jeff,
character.
do you know all this? What they're talking about right now, Jeff? Do you know all these people?
No, not really.
Okay, good. So me and you,
I know
we're
they're
together
talking
on
about
this
Sony.
because they're
I
all.
don't know the side characters.
Yes,
No.
I gave it to Fred and I gave it to Brian, but I'm starting to realize that Fred, Brian, Stogie Guy, and Rich are just all on a different level.
They're,
That I
they're a
just,
little bit above us.
yeah, I'm.
Toxin was a great character.
There he
His
goes.
symbiote.
They can't even stop, Jeff. They can't even stop.
Right.
If you ask them to, it's like.
All right, what's the next question? What's question 23?
Well, question 23 is about Captain America, a very common character for the common man. And who is Captain America punching in the cover of his first issue? Who's he punching?
Oh, I'm gonna have to decline on this one because I don't see Joe Biden.
I should have put Trump and Biden as answers. But you guys all knew that. Great cover. One of the best ever.
Yeah, that sticks with everybody.
So here's the one I was telling you about earlier when I said I was trying to make it for everybody. I think the next one's hard. It's I think it is. It's a comic book I really loved as a kid. But we'll see. We'll see. Ray Palmer. Ray Palmer is the secret identity of what comic book hero? Ray Palmer. Who is Ray Palmer? Wasn't as far as I thought, I guess. Did you guys like Adam? Did you guys like that comic book? Or
I know because of the Legends of Tomorrow. That's
I
how
was
Yeah.
gonna say that because of the TV show.
oh, he's on the TV show. Damn it! I thought it was hard. I didn't realize he was on that TV show. But the Sextons,
Brendan
Brian,
Routh
the
played.
kids down the street, they were into the Atom, and I just started liking. He's kind of like Ant-Man. He gets real little. Yeah, I thought he was cool. But
The
all right,
funny
Legends
thing
of
about-
Tomorrow. Damn it! I got screwed on that one.
Yeah,
The
Brandon
funny thing
Routh
about
plays
the
him, so
Atom-
he has a couple heroes.
The funny thing about it is like they had that cartoon Justice League, and then it was Justice League, Unlimited, and there was a scene where he was hiding, and nobody knew where he was hiding. And then Wonder Woman went to her bra and took him out. I'm like, how lucky would it be to be the Atom right then and there?
Is your wife still in the room, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she is. Brian.
See, I only knew that by
I
process of
wouldn't want to
elimination.
be accidentally found in Wonder Woman's bra just because of what she could do to me afterwards. You know what I mean? She is.
Yeah, but once again, it was a Batman plan, so Batman's right.
I hope Batman is going to pay for all of Ray Palmer's medical bills.
Mm-mm.
And lawsuits, by the way. Lawsuits. Where are we at? Name the character. We got one left. So I'm going to start doing, like Letterman. I'm just, at the end of the night, I'm going to throw my paper out. One thing left, Legion of Doom. What's the name? Oh, we got to see where we're at. There is no catching you, Brian. You can sit back and relax on this one, but I'm sure you're going to go full throttle. It's just in your trivia nature.
Oh, come on, stupid thing.
I'm not tricking anybody tonight. I really thought people would put Mr. Freeze, more people, but yeah. But it's Captain Cold.
Well, you didn't have that pixel thing. It just came up with straight picture.
Yeah, he wasn't a reveal.
Oh, it just popped up. I forgot to hit
Yeah.
the reveal. Damn it!
Sing louder!
That was the last one I made today. I forgot to hit the pop-up. Nah.
We're still difficult though.
Oh, man. It was. I thought, all right. It is what it is. Guido, very good, Captain Cold, he says. Retro Radical just showed up in the Zoom just now. Here's
What's up, dudes?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Oh, it's going good. I have a comic book question, DC comic question. And it's a question I floated around and tried to Google myself and couldn't get an answer. But I fucking think it pertains to the Atom. Now, there's a comic I read. It was a graphic novel. Got it at a library. Like I was saying, couldn't afford comics, so I got them at libraries. And
You came to the right
plot-
nerds, by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
These
you
are
guys
the
seem like
droids
you
you're
know
looking
shit
for
too.
right here, by the way.
So the plot of the comic was that there was a hero's wife got murdered, and it looked like a fire. And the plot twist at the end of the comics was that I think the Atom's wife took his suit, shrunk down, went into her body, and stepped on her brain wrong and killed her, and then tried to burn her corpse after. And I shit you not, this isn't the Mandela effect. This isn't a fucking mirage. I read this
real.
fucking comic, and I've talked to people, and they're like, "No, man, I read a lot of DC. I read all the Justice League.
Identity
That didn't
Crisis.
happen." Fucking thank you, dude.
Dude, I'm sorry. I stepped away for a bathroom break, but yeah, it was Identity Crisis because everybody was trying to figure out who knew all this and all that, and it was just somebody silent in the background.
That's fucking it. Yes,
you
that
came
cover,
to the right
super
place.
generic looking, and then the coffin. Ah, fuck. I gotta go to my favorite website, readcomicsonline.er
Find it.
or whatever it
You're
is
gonna
now,
find that one now.
and then read that one. All right, good
Dude,
shit.
Thanks for the YouTube comments tonight, though. You were keeping the YouTube alive, my friend.
Oh, no worries. It's all about that engagement and shit when you're streaming. I know what
Sure.
it's like. I did the Twitch stuff for a while, but then I was just like, fuck. I hate playing games on camera, so I quit. But yeah, dude, it's a fun time. I'm glad I popped in. I saw that you were live, and I was just like, who the fuck is this channel? I don't remember subscribing to these people.
That's what most
Was
people
I just
say.
high one
Yeah.
night?
I get that
Yeah,
a
no,
lot.
I usually chime into the YouTube page, but tonight it seemed like I'm half shot in the ass. So,
How many you're up to for drinking now, Brian? How many?
oh, I'm done. I had 5. I'm
You had
done.
5? Good. Well,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
see who won, Brian. What do you think? What do you think? Number 3. Dr. S-Word. Number 2. Freddie Brock. And number 1. These are the top 3, I thought. Maybe not in this order. I didn't know, but Double D. Brian, you did it again, my friend. Another belt. Brian, your favorite superhero... forget this. Robin. Robin's your favorite of all time. Right?
Yeah, Batman or Robin.
Batman or Robin. I got something for you. You're not getting a belt.
I
You're
will
gonna get the
take
dread. You're gonna
a
get the dreadnought
podium
treatment.
finish over finishing halfway down towards the bottom. Holy crap!
Rich, I know you said earlier you had a rough run for a little while, but it was like Twilight Zone. They were very specified. I think maybe a pro wrestling one. But next we're gonna get back to 80s TV. 80s TV is next. So we'll do that in a week or two. And I got to make a Transformers one for the tournament. I might just quit. I might just quit everything. Guido says, congratulations, Brian. Guido, our most loyal YouTube follower. Brian, you're so humble. You didn't shut up all night. You won. Somebody just congratulated you.
I said thank you.
Yeah, you did. I expected more. I expected
congrats,
a Sally
Brian.
Field type speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, good game, guys.
It was good. Brian's at a loss for words. He doesn't know what to do.
No, I'm
He's
like
so
this, I'm like-
humble. He's so humble.
I've got Fred's flaming tire marks on my back.
No,
I knew the three of you. Like, I knew Fred and Brian, hands down, were going to be battling it out. Rich, the more I talked to you, and you were just like bringing up shit that I'm like, he's on the inside. He's one of them. I knew you'd be there.
That's
top
the
three.
podium I was guessing.
Yeah, that's the same podium. Yep.
I was going to say for the Transformers one, I'll help you with the questions and I'll set it out.
Really?
Yeah,
When it comes to those questions right there, I honestly feel like I'm on like performance enhancing drugs compared to you guys, because all of my knowledge comes from those YouTube videos where people are just like, Batman Death in the Family storyline in 15 minutes.
So you watch a lot of those.
Whenever I'm working on stuff, I work at a factory where I just like do shit with my hands all day.
That is a good way to catch up on comic book lore.
Because probably a lot of us, what we know is what we did in the 80s, right? You maybe read it back then and you were trying to remember from, 40 years ago.
I watched all those shows, all the like Arrowverse and all the Marvel shows. That's how I know my stuff.
It helped you. It helped you with the Atom.
Yes, that's how I got my knowledge. I didn't really read as many comics as a kid, but I'm immersed in the world. So
what are those? What shows are good? Are they all good? Are they? What's the one that's on HBO Max?
What's that?
So Peacemaker's the HBO Max
original.
original.
Peacemaker's fantastic. I love that one.
As far as the Arrowverse shows, there's so many, and people try and get me into them. I think the problem is it's just too late, and there's other things I want to catch up on.
There's things more important.
It's dead now anyway. It's all over.
Wait, but hold on. No, it's not that. It's the it's something with Robin. I thought it was like a
Titans.
Titans. Isn't that HBO Max, or am I crazy?
Yeah,
that's good.
Is that good?
Yeah. Not bad.
It's okay.
I liked it.
Well, I watched the first season. And first season was good. I don't know about the others.
I've watched most of it. It's pretty cool. I watch. It's not my favorite thing, but I enjoy it.
I'll say this: Jeff is anything that I bring up, TV show or movie, you've seen it. Like you're on top. And you went and saw Oppenheimer, right?
I did see Oppenheimer.
Of course you did. That was a trick question. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good.
I loved it.
I
Yeah,
want to see it again though. I have to keep. It was a lot of information.
there's a lot to take in.
yeah.
But you're right about Indiana Jones. I really liked it a lot. The reviews I think were a little harsh on him, but I think
Thank you. I'm with my people here.
Yeah.
I saw it
Indiana
3
Jones: A
times.
Dial of Destiny was great.
I thought it was
Yeah.
great. I did.
So good.
Like
Fun time.
I love the way they played his character. It wasn't like an angry Luke Skywalker character that we were all like, oh, that's not Luke. This was so Indiana Jones in an older age. This is how he would be. At least how I pictured it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that yet, but I was going to say about the Titans, I love the fact that they explored all 3 of the Robins. Like they had Dick Grayson leaving Batman and then being replaced by another Robin. And then you had 2 Robins in the same scene.
Yeah, I know. He's a Robin fan. Like he loves.
They did the Tim Blake Robin.
Yeah, actually, it's like I'm like from Robin, I became a big Nightwing fan, and Titans, that TV show, enabled him to be Nightwing, which was awesome.
I was at a work party one time, and I was in the neighborhood, and you remember you and Planche came, and it was like Brian shows up in a full 1960s Robin T-shirt. And I'm with people at work that are like, like women in their 30s, 40s, 50s. It's not their, and they're like, what's he what's he dressed up as? Is that like? I'm like he really loves Robin, and he was fully decked out. I'm like, I got a lot of explaining to do.
You weren't wearing the tights though, right?
No,
bro?
it was
okay.
No
All
little
right.
green tights or little green booties either.
It was a red shirt and red shorts.
You did have red
sorry.
shorts too. It was a full ensemble, and I was like, "This is my end of the year work party." Like,
At
when it comes
I
to
look
this-
like a big
tights and
I
fucking
had
the
no
Jersey
idea you were
man.
going to show up as Robin. I had no idea. But when you did, I was
Yeah.
like, that's
And
about...
my sidekick was the Korean meatball.
Yes, yeah, Planet. It's true. Yeah. That real quick story. We went and saw Spider-Man. What Spider-Man was that? The first one or the second one of... Oh, wait. No. That's way back. That's with Garfield, right? It was the Andrew Garfield Batman. Spider-Man. So we go to see Spider-Man, and we're there with Mike Planich, one of our friends from high school. He's a Korean kid, big Korean guy, and his nickname was Meatball all through high school and everything. So we're sitting there. He's Korean, nickname Meatball. We're sitting there watching it, and Mary Jane and Andrew Garfield are talking, and was it Gwen Stacy? I don't even remember, but it was
Gwen Stacy.
It was Gwen Stacy, and she goes, "Oh, we got to go back to our favorite restaurant. They have the best Korean meatballs." And I look to the side. I just see him. He goes, "What the fuck?"
The sad part about that story is he was sitting between me and Jack.
We
and
look
we
at
both-
each other. We're dying. Like, what's the chances? And then I turn around to the group behind us. I said, "You don't understand. His nickname's Meatball, and he's Korean. What are the chances?" And they're all like, "What is going on?" He was so mad. I loved it. It was hysterical.
Meanwhile, I'm laughing my ass off, and I look like the biggest racist there. But I'm like,
no,
I'm
it
laughing.
really was. Like, it's not racist. Like, he literally is Korean. His nickname's Meatball. Like, you can't friggin' plan that. There's nothing racist about it. Like, I don't know why you felt racist, you paranoid son of a gun. Like, what are you feeling? So anyway, I did not feel racist. I felt in my glory that this happened to my friend, because I love when things like this happen to my friends. It's glorious. But he was like, oh, it was so funny to me. I don't know. But no, Planich and Sexton, just for the record, they hate each other and they're always fighting. And I'm always out with the two of them. Not lately. Like, it really is that bad at this point. We do not go out together, the three of us, anymore. But for a while, it was nice bringing them out. It was like, man, who can I bring out that are constantly going to fight the entire night? And it's like, those are the guys right there.
It's like a Howard Stern show.
But you won that night, hands down. Yeah. You won that night because Spider-Man went like boom right in the right where it hurts to him. Oh man.
No, it's just funny. It's like when you say it's like is Sexton going to be there? Is Planich going to be there? When we find out the other one's there, we're like, I'm out.
Yeah, a lot of times one of them will drop out or whatever. Yeah, but lately it's just been I haven't talked to Planich in ages, but Brian, I mean. 45 years together, my friend. You know, of course, this is where... But, you know, it was fun watching the two of you for a while, but it gets to the point where you're like, I don't know. Too much fighting. Too old.
Yeah.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
It's tired of Three's Companies. We got to move on to the Ropers.
Yeah, yep. Just the two of us. But it's been fun, guys. Anything else you guys want to add about comic books before we leave?
You guys mentioned Peacemaker. Did they ever make a season 2 for that?
Not yet.
Are they going to?
Yeah. It's going to take it a while.
Yeah, James Gunn said Superman first, then Peacemaker season 2.
All right, because Peacemaker was unbelievably outrageous.
John Cena's crazy in it. I love it. It's so good.
I couldn't believe it. At first I was like, "This is stupid. Why is everybody telling me to watch this?" And then I finally watched it, and I understood.
He's great in it. Yeah,
he really is great.
Yeah, he's great.
Oh, speaking of that, I watched some stupid movie on Netflix. I think it's called Hidden Strike, and John Cena and Jackie Chan is in it. You want to watch dumb action fun? Just put that movie on. Just like shut up. Especially if you're having some drinks, you're doing something. Kick back, watch that movie. It's outrageous. It's great.
Stogie, watch this. Jeff, did you see that movie?
I haven't actually seen that movie.
Oh, okay. We got it. You can watch that one.
Isn't that movie the whole reason why John Cena developed his sixth move of death? You know, the finger poke or whatever it was. The stupid thing that he came up with. It was like a one one-hit blow and knock the person down with his finger?
I don't even know. I mean, it just came out. It's only
Yeah, I was going to say the
a
finger
new
point of death
movie.
is a classic old Hulk Hogan story where he went out and you pro wrestling fans remember that he just went out, goes down, and yeah, it's notorious for killing WCW back in the late '90s. But one of the 10, 50 billion reasons I should say that killed WCW.
Yeah.
But that was the finger point of death. But no, John Cena had the five finger.
Five knuckle shuffle.
Five knuckle
Yeah, no.
shuffle. I'm sorry. Yeah.
He also had like a sixth move that he was working on forever, and that's what it turned out to be.
Possibly, yeah. I'm not as
Yeah.
in tune with the later John Cena, but yeah, it's definitely possible. A six movie's been working on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like some Zoolander shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty dumb.
the sixth movie he's been working on is probably either a Hair Club for Men or a Rogaine.
It's the
Oh, he
gun
got
he
so
hid in
much
his
shit
shorts.
on the last WrestleMania for that. The guy comes out, he's got his hair grown out, he's got a big bald spot. But it's like, Jesus God, they kill you. Like, you had a great match, and that's all people friggin' talked about on the damn thing. And
But he killed it. He killed it with Austin Theory when he says about his bald spot.
Oh,
He
yeah.
goes,
What did he say back to him?
I'm trying to remember, but he killed it.
He did, yeah, because he was trying to get on him, and he said something about getting over. I think he said, I don't need stadium cheers pumped into my arenas to make people think that people like
that's
me.
what it was.
And which was, I think, true. Which was like, yeah, that was good. That was good. But no, good thing, like guys. So make sure you Facebook. What am I called? 80's Toys for My Attic. I told you I'm out of it today. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning will be Batman versus Wolverine. Third place will be Black Spider-Man versus Superman. And the first place vehicles will obviously be Batmobile versus Batcopter. Batmobile again, I'm sure. And the third, that's first place. Third place vehicles is Darkseid's plane versus Superman's plane, right? The Supermobile, not even a plane. Yeah, I forget.
Now I'm trying to remember the Batcopter. Was that released in our area, or was that like
I've never seen it live. I've
yeah,
only seen
I'm like,
pictures.
was that like a European release or?
I don't know. I don't know. I got to get over to South America and over to Europe because there's some shit I need. I need X-Ray in Argentina from the Rambo collection.
I was going to say.
I also
first
need a
insect
time machine
Rambo.
because they're not in the. I talk about like they're on the shelves right now. Go down to Argentina, be like, I'd like to get an X-Ray. They'd be like, ¿Qué pasa? Yeah, I don't know. Now you say I don't even know. But yeah. Anything else before we leave, guys? Congratulations, Brian. It's been
cool. Thank you.
It's been
like I said, I knew I wasn't going to win tonight, but
No,
it
but
was
you're
just
good,
fun
though.
shooting the shit with everybody, man. I knew I was going to have a great time.
Your score was great, man. No, it's like there's some nights where you come in where it's like you're like, oh my god, but no, you guys are all really.
There was a few that I missed that I should not have missed.
That too.
By the way,
So there was like 3 or 4 tonight.
That you're like,
Also,
I could have gotten that one, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I love your image of the Hulk with that sheet of paper. It's like me looking at a plan sheet on how to build Route 42.
Lives
Like
are at stake.
As soon as we were gonna do this trivia, I was like, all right, I gotta go. I need a good picture, and this one I instantly
Dude, that's
thought of this
perfect.
one. I was like,
Hulk,
perfect for it.
puny banner brain.
There will never be a more perfect picture for our trivia than that, ever.
I usually do a montage, but I was
Yes.
like, no, this has to be.
That had
This
to be
has to
front and
stand
center.
alone.
Yeah, that's perfect. He's so confused. He's like the Atom. He's like Gru the Wanderer. Who likes that shit? But yeah, that was us. But I loved Gru.
Yeah, that's one of them that got me. The other one was Mantis. I just went too quick, and I went Mantis, and as soon as I hit it, I went, oh,
Black
damn.
Mantis. Well, the funny thing is the Captain Cold one's funny because on our Fun Spot trip, I was talking about the Legion of Doom. I misspoke. I said Mr. Freeze, and that's when I was like, "Ooh, that's a good one to trick people." So Brian's like, "No, his name's Captain Cold," and I'm like, "Where's the median?" I was just like, but I was like, I can't handle this type of insult. But yeah, he was right though. It was Captain Cold. I was like, oh my god, but. So that was a good one, and I didn't get anybody on Bizarro Superman. I don't think. Sad. I'll try harder next time. So next one will be TV trivia, but so Retro Radical. I don't know how much if it's just toys and comic books, or if you like TV. But if you come on back, we'd love to have you.
I'll friggin' give it a swing. When is that?
I don't know. I'm thinking. What do you guys think about 2 Tuesdays from now? Does that?
Sounds fine.
Yeah, none of us know.
I usually leave them open.
Yeah, we don't even.
That'd be like the end of August, right?
Jeff's calculating when he's going to go to see Indiana Jones for a 6th time.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, is that next Tuesday or? What do you think, Jeff? Because I want you to be here. You're a. We'll see.
Well, you want to do it before the 1st of September.
Oh my God, that's my day back teaching.
That's
I need to get some shit done before that, because you know how horrible I am with keeping up with stuff once I get back to work. Off work, 80s Toys from my attic is like, hey, let's have trivia. So Retro Radical, are you on Facebook?
No, not really.
You're not really on it, okay? Because that's where I do the announcements for this. Where did you? So you only heard? Are you on my Instagram? Maybe.
Oh shoot, let's check that shit. Yeah, I got an Instagram.
Because I did put the announcement on that tonight too.
So you know what it is? I think I figured out where I heard about y'all from. I heard you mention Fun Spot earlier. I'm also in New England. Does anybody know a dude named Keith from Lowell?
Keith McMahon?
Yeah.
I absolutely love Keith.
Yeah, I worked with that dude for like a year. That's how I fucking found the channel.
He's been on my page since 2014. Like some of these guys too, like Fred and this guy, like and Stogie guy. Were you 2014 or were you? Did you came in right during the tour? I can't. It was either 2014 or
the original fan of the page.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was back then. It was back when you had started. It was
like the very beginning, or was it during a tour? I don't even remember. But I know it was the first year.
It was when you had first started up the tournaments. Because I remember you doing your very first tournament.
Yeah,
I remember you talking about it and all.
Yeah, but these guys, they were so heavy and so was Keith, Fred, Stogie guy, and Keith, and obviously Brian. You know, we started the page together, but Keith is. If you guys don't know who he is. He's the guy that writes underneath every single tournament picture, because we're doing a tournament right now with the action figures. God bless you, Rich. He writes the craziest shit about the action figures underneath. God bless you. But he told me he tones it down for my page because he doesn't want me to get in trouble or offend anybody. So I can't even imagine what the hell he would write if I just said, fucking go your way, Keith. But he's a great guy too. Like I've met some of the coolest people since I started the page, and that's how we all got here. Rich is allergic to Keith McMahon, by the way. Can't stand it. He's gonna sneeze his way around. But yeah, that's so you're Keith's friend. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, it was a little wild back then too. I mean, that's when we were.
Only it's red.
And
at that point in your we were kind of out there with what we were doing.
I believe Lou Storigno, you are duly credited with all the Leia picks from back in the day. You started.
Yeah,
oh man,
I did.
Yeah, I haven't talked to that dude since we worked together. It's been like a year, so
and it just went off from there.
And it went off.
Yeah, that was a good time. That was before the Facebook police. Facebook police weren't around back then.
Dude, that was when I had reach too. Like I would post something and like thousands of people would get involved. It was so sweet. Now they're like, for $50 we can get 300 more people engaged. I'm like, yeah, all right. You can.
You ever fuck with TikTok?
It's crazy. I don't. My wife loves TikTok. I don't know enough about, but I do want to eventually translate this over because that's where it's at right now.
I don't watch the TikToks, but I post there sometimes, just like dumb ideas I have.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind when I check on it, like once a week or every 2 weeks, and I'll be like, "What the fuck do you mean 200,000 people have seen that dumb fucking video?"
I need to get on Instagram.
Like I put on a suit and make fun of occultists. Like, why 250,000 fucking teenagers?
Wait! You can't just gloss over that. What did you do? You put on a suit and made fun of the occult?
Nah, it's TikTok. You just make silly videos.
You can do whatever you want.
Fun.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying, how do you get 200,000 people? But no, that's a great idea though. But
no, like you don't get anything from it too. But
what do they do?
It's not only that, but how many times do you think a teenager's flipping through and they see like half of a second of my video and go, "Oh, it's a bald white guy pass," and then they just keep going. But TikTok's counts. Like, no, that counts.
But it counts.
That's one of that 200,000.
No, that's awesome. I gotta get into
TikTok. Does inflate big time because they're trying to attract more and more.
They want to make it look like there's a place to
creators.
Be.
Yeah. So they just inflate the views and I don't know if there's bot interactions and all of that. But there's actually people who like watched it and uh made videos or whatever about the interactions and how quick they got views and
Right.
things
Doesn't
like
make
that.
any
And
sense, right?
it's way off. Like a little kid playing with a spoon, it gets like 6.12 million views in 38 seconds. I'm exaggerating the numbers, of
Impressive.
course, but
Right. Yeah, it's just one more thing, but like YouTube, I got to reapply to get monetized again because they took that away from me because they're such loving human beings. I don't want to say anything bad because they might not accept me again, but yeah, you guys can read it in my.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
And-
trying to break into the YouTube game over the next year, like working on scripts and editing videos.
It's
and
hard.
I've entirely abandoned the idea of monetization. I'm trying to have shirts from day one and just be like, "What's up, motherfucker? Buy a shirt," because there's no way YouTube's giving me $1.
It's hard. It took me a year to get monetized. You gotta get a lot of subscribers, and it's not as easy as Facebook is what I come to realize. People, because I'm guilty. Before I had a YouTube, I never subscribed to anything. I just watched videos, and why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? And I just now I'm like, hey, now I got the subscribers, I got the amount of hours, but they just booted me. Like they booted a lot of people the past 2 months. Some sort of bot went through and just found shit that we don't. I guess we weren't doing the right thing.
I know. I've actually thought you as of Rumble as an alternative as well, because I know TikTok isn't monetized at all, right? You can't make any money off of TikTok, from what I don't know.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
So
I don't
there
know.
is money to be made on TikTok, but the like dollar to interaction amount's stupid small.
Oh,
You'd have to be.
YouTube
Yeah.
isn't much
My
better.
webcam works.
Yeah, but it was your.
Sorry, we're gonna mute Brian's domestics.
Yeah, but I know Rumble has a pretty good monetization. They don't have the traffic that YouTube has, but they've got a pretty good monetization
okay.
program.
Well, that's the Kick problem as well. Kick's incentives are great for streamers, but everything else about it sucks from reach to reputation.
That's the problem too.
Who's
like,
that? You said Twitch?
Kick.
Oh, Kick.
Kick.
Oh, Kick.
See,
I
Kick
don't
and
even know
Rumble.
Kick.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I never heard it either, and I think that kind of tells you a lot. Like, YouTube.
Well, Rumble's one of the quickest growing.
I believe it, but YouTube is still the only game in town in so many ways. Like, I know there's a little quick Facebook reels and there's a little Instagrams and the TikToks, but
The problem is it's a game you can't win.
you can't win with YouTube, and they know they have you by the ball. They know it, like they know. And I hope these other ones do become quick and up, because I'd love to jump. God, look at me, jump and ship live on YouTube. I don't mean it. Accept me, take me back.
Look at these huge channels like MXR Plays that get canceled overnight by YouTube, just shutting them down.
And that's a
so as
great
soon as you get big,
channel.
they shut you down.
See, I don't even see it as jumping ship from YouTube. I see it more as like, hey, man, I'm going to hunt in whatever field has deer, all right?
But I would listen. I would
that's a
shoot
good
deer
way
in
of
both
looking at it.
fields. I would do this and that. It's not like you said. It's not really jumping, but I'd like to have more options, because they're once you get monetized, it's great because you have people. They have great customer service. You're one of their people, and they will talk to you almost instantly. But when you get demonetized, you lose that. So like, I have a lot of questions. Like, what did I do? What do I have to do to get back? And I can't get in touch with anybody all of a sudden. Once they drop you, they just
Getting copyright strikes from Vincent Kennedy McMahon probably didn't help you
What's
by
that?
broadcasting the one Russian wrestler singing the.
That was my first time I got in trouble. Yes, it was us starting the wrestling, and we started it with Nikolai Volkov singing the Russian national anthem. I thought it was innocent enough. It's the one thing YouTube picked up that night, and they're like, copyright. I'm like, wait, hold on. I was just playing it. So you got to be so careful. But I didn't lose anything that night. But eventually they kicked me out for some stupid ass. Like, you see my videos, 98% of them I make myself.
I think it was a
I make
Dwork
them.
video.
What's that?
Wasn't it one of your Dwork videos later on
It
It was one of the commercial videos you said, right?
The reason I got in trouble was because I posted, I think the Pinwheel intro song, and I didn't put my face on it. But it was like I did and this was my plea to them. I wrote back to them. I was like, look at my page. 95% is shit that I do. I said we were talking about this on my Facebook. It got like, I don't know, like 10,000 likes or something ridiculously stupid because I didn't even plan on that. I said I wanted to put a YouTube video up of that, and all of a sudden I don't have a page. But Rich, I know what you're talking about. It was, you know what it was, Rich? I think it was when we were doing the wrestling tournament, and we were doing the pre-show talking about who was going to win. Maybe I don't even remember. No, you might. It might be the LJN figures that I did with Twerk. You might be right. I don't know. I've done a lot of wrong things in my life, Rich. It's hard to keep up with them at this point, but I done screwed up. But regardless, it's not like I was making a lot of money off it. It's hard. You got to get a lot of videos to get money, but
yeah, but I mean, trying to get anything done with YouTube, it's like throwing a pebble at a mountain.
It's hard.
Once you do fall into that category, you're not going anywhere. I mean, you can, I guess, but it's so difficult. Everything I heard, yeah.
Yeah, they
You know what kills me? Sorry, finish your thought,
no, go
man.
ahead.
Sorry.
No, I just that they dropped me and won't talk.
Reminder to everyone: smash that like button and support Baxter.
Yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, there's nobody left. There's 2 viewers, and I believe that's Rich and Retro Radical.
Yeah,
I think
don't get me started.
I'm commenting because it's gonna pop up on someone's homepage.
Somebody will see it.
My dad's a semi-successful gold panning and treasure hunting YouTuber. He's got 5,500 subscribers. Every live streams, he has interactions. He gets recognized at conventions.
That's awesome.
My whole life, that motherfucker's been like, I'm going to make money off the internet one day. And when I was younger, I was like, yeah, whatever, you fucking losers. Smoke weed and go skateboard. I see why mom's leaving you. But as an adult, I'm just like, oh, fuck. Like, you did it, man. You played the long game, and you're killing it now.
So he's doing really well. Any idea how
Super
much he
good.
makes? Like, as far as in terms of, like...
I don't know the exact numbers, but he frequently gets, like...
gets checks all the time.
Yeah. He gets money from YouTube. He gets money from donations, and he gets things given to him from sponsors and such.
Good for him.
And he's always giving me advice on how to get outreach, and I'm like, fuck.
It's hard. It's so good for him. Like it really is hard to get out there and get your name out there, because especially on Facebook, when I post Facebook YouTube videos, they reach out to 100 people because Facebook doesn't want people leaving obviously their page to go to YouTube, so they don't promote it for me.
Well, also in his case, that's like 15 years of work, and he does a weekly show.
I'll tell you,
like 10 months of the year.
Timing too, because if I started my page in 2014, I have absolutely no doubt in my mind it would have gone so well on YouTube. And a lot of people told me, probably guys here told me, you got to do YouTube. They were telling me that on my Facebook page because there was so much interaction, this and that, and they're like, just do the posts you do, but do them on YouTube and this and that. I'm like, I don't understand any. What are you talking about? I'm acting like I'm 80 years old at that point. But I should have done it then, because now it's so oversaturated. It's kind of hard to get in at this point. But your dad got 15 years. He probably got in at a very good time, where it was still a novel idea, and he has a huge fan base. I couldn't give more props to him because I know how difficult it is.
Well, also a pretty niche thing. How many people are gold panning in 2023?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't have much competition out there.
I didn't think I would.
Well, you know what though? I mean, you like nowadays Facebook has monetized your ability to reach people. You know, they want to get their buck.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like that back in the day. You know, just even back then.
Right.
You could
growing.
Have that reach. Now they put limitations. They're putting gloves on everyone.
They nailed. It wasn't just the small guys like me. They nailed people with 1 million subscribers in the past couple months with bullshit. And it's like because I watch it, I'm like, what happened to me? And then I find all these YouTubers talking about this. They nailed so many people over like one video that. It's not something I was trying to sneak by. I wasn't trying to copyright. It was like a real innocent. It has nothing to do with all my other videos. I did, but it is what it is. I'll reapply, see what happens.
Yeah, well, it's like me. Everything with my email, I'm slowly with my job, because my job email is so similar to my regular email. I had to transfer everything over. It's like I'm not even supposed to have a Facebook with my job. So I'm in the process of doing a whole different name and trying to save my account. It's
Not completely like my situation.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Little different. A little different, but yeah. I'm sorry you're going through that with work, but yeah, watch what you do, Brian. Don't get in trouble at work.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I'll try. Every year on the Road to Fun Spot, I hear a different story about why he has to go to HR and take certain classes.
I got one more year up here, and I'm like, I'm done.
Every year, I said, "What did you say to that guy?" I said, "No, you can't say that, Brian." He's like, "Well, I did." And
I thought I was nice. I didn't call him a cocksucker. I called him a cocksmoker.
stuff like that. I love it. I love it.
I just suggested that he was using a penis-flavored vape pen.
It was all in good. It was all good advice. Awesome. But all right, guys, it's 11. I'm sorry I kept you so late with my YouTube stories again. I don't want to drone on and on about that, but thank you so much for coming again. Again, congratulations, Brian. Congratulations on all of you. You did great. You did a good job. Very proud
congrats,
of my
guys.
peeps.
Good night, as always, man. Looking forward to the next one.
And you two have a good night, Rich and Retro Radical, the only two people watching.
So I'm gonna be watching a bunch of TV Land to get ready.
So yes, go on TV Land.